Hey there, internet land. This is Corey with Mighty Mushroom, going with you live. Tonight we are going to talk about some cool stuff, some cool estate sale stuff. I showed the estate sale that Jake and I attended. Hopefully the volume is okay. That I attended this weekend. A real interesting scenario. So I'm going to go through and talk about some of that stuff, and then screen share with you some research on listing these items. I retain the higher value, high quality items. I'm going to start listing those again myself. So I wasn't listing anything for a while, and now I'm going to go back to listing some of the higher quality items because I want to see what the real time commitment it takes to list that quality of item as I increase the average quality of my items. So I'm going to throw the link in the chat here. If you want to come in, you are welcome. I'll keep dropping that in for anybody who comes in to watch. So let's start with some boring stuff. What is this? Wrong. Whoa, that was weird. I don't know where that came from. I'm sorry about that. Oh, that's really loud. Okay. We're going to turn that really low. We're going to get very chilly here. Hey, Krillin, what's up, man? Can you guys tell me how the music sounds here? It's too loud or not? I got a bunch of slips from like the 1940s and 1950s in that sale. I'll have to show them to you once they weren't that interesting to me, really. I sent them to the lister to get listed. Ooh, that's really loud, right? Is the music really loud? Oh, you can't hear the music. Okay. I wonder why that is. I guess because I have these headphones on. I thought it would play through, but I guess it doesn't. I guess it just plays through the headphones. Okie dokie, I guess because of the mic. I'm not really good at this. I'm just going to do this then. Can we hear it? Can we hear it? Can we hear it? Can we hear it? Okay. I apologize for that. Krillin, I'm going to show you some stuff that came from the estate sales right now. Hopefully the music isn't a lot too loud. I'm gonna keep the music off. I can't focus without having some music. So, went to four estate sales this weekend. Really, 4 main ones. 2 on Friday, 2 on Saturday. 2 of the 4 were good, which is rare. So we got some amazing things. I think Jacob's gonna pop in a little while and give me a hand because I'm really boring by myself. I need somebody else to come in with me and hoot and holler. We're going to start off with hat pins. I picked up several hat pins. What turned me on to picking up all the ones in the case is I picked this one up. It was $12 and it had a 10K. It has a 10K hallmark on it. You probably can't see it in this image. That's great, Kayla. That would be awesome. So this is Montana agate. How you can recognize Montana agate, it's really a beautiful gemstone. I'm going to try to make this really nice. It'll have oranges in it and browns, and throughout it, it'll have like a 3-dimensional speckling. It's a pretty high-grade agate. This is called Montana agate. So when I saw the 10K, I just picked up all of them because this weighs, there's about a gram and a half to 2 grams of gold here. So, that's worth $40 or $80 or so. It's worth a lot more than $12. So these are some of the really, really beautiful hat pins. That's the first one. The second one's a little disappointing. It's copper plated in silver. It's a little bit older, I think. It's this kind of agate moonstone. It's not moonstone, it is agate, but you can see the marbling through the agate, I hope. Hopefully the feed is good enough tonight so they can see that. So just because they were all $12, I picked them all up. I still think the value of this is significantly more than $12. So Yeah, we got into this sale first. Jacob bought like a pound of silver bullion or silver coins, more than a pound of silver. Crazy. So this is another 10 karat piece. Can you guys? Is it focusing there? No, I'm gonna get a better webcam. I promise. So on first look, you might think, oh, that's a piece of glass or it's a ruby, and it may be a ruby, and it may be just on the darker side. What happens is when it gets into these wine type colors, you know, it's most likely tourmaline, and pink tourmaline is really, really rare. I've seen a lot of rubies, and I've seen a little pink tourmaline, and it's a genuine stone, and it's in a beautiful little deco hat pin. So that was a really great find. I mean, I estimate I paid $12 for this. I estimate the value of this pin to be maybe like 85, maybe. I don't know, maybe a little bit more than that. Maybe I'm really, really low. I'm just basing it on the weight of the gold and plus a little appreciation. The in the same sale, we had some jade. I know it's really hard to see the color of this jade. Yeah, we live in the same area. Come on, Death Files, here. Come on. So this is, I think this is about 6 grams of really, really high quality jade. I posted a picture of Instagram of it like glowing in the light. You can see the color is really, really good. You're really, with really high quality jade, you have this marbling of like color through it. And I haven't tested this, but based on what I've seen before, this is gold. It's probably 14 karat gold. I haven't tested it yet, but it's definitely a real piece of jade. It's got a chrysanthemum carved on it. It is quite old. No, I don't bring a scale. I just kind of like have sold a bunch of stuff like this, and I kind of just like brainstorm it. I'm not afraid of like making mistakes. I'm gonna make mistakes. One of the biggest things I preach to people is like be willing to make mistakes, accept the nature of the mistakes, don't blame them on anybody else. Make them, adjust, and move on. Make mistakes, adjust, and move on. Everyone's so afraid of mistakes, and it's like stopping their businesses from growing. So this was a great piece. Do you guys want me to talk about value? I mean, actually, what I was going to do is this. Let's screen share. And let's look at some like antique or vintage hat pins. Let me do that real quick. Antique 14K hat pin. Let's just look at what's out there. There's only 104 results on eBay. So let's screen share and see what we can come up with. Just bear with me 1 sec. Okay, cool. So we have 101 results. I always do this because I want to get the highest price. I don't want to dink around. Like, I want to look at what they really sell for, what the highest one sold for. Here's a lot of 6 antique hat pins. It doesn't even look like there's any names on them. It was sold for $1,300. These are definitely in the same style. These are some kind of Edwardian. They're all 14K. There's 5 of them. Oh, these aren't sold. Let's get sold. I'm sorry, guys. Don't be dumb. Okay. Oh my God, are you serious, dudes? Everybody in the chat. If you're on my Instagram, I was talking about conch pearls randomly, and the first sold listing for antique 14K hat pin has a conch pearl on the top of it. Look at that. We don't know what it sold for, but the list price was $873, so we're assuming it's going to be somewhere, close to there. So that looks like the highest one that sold, and it looks like we have quite a few here, because it takes into account shipping. Here's a pair for $150. They are really, really pretty. We can take a closer look at them too. let's take a look at. We're gonna pick one out that we really like and kind of analyze it. Oh, I like this one. Yeah, I like this one. Let's see what happens. Let's see what let's see what they're selling. They don't even know what stone that is. That is not. By the way, this is not an emerald. That's chrysoberyl, or they don't even know what they're talking about. It's tourmaline or chrysoberyl. It is not an emerald. There's no way emeralds are not that color ever. I'm not an expert in stones. Gold, diamond, emerald. Hey, Lister sisters. So, you know, this listing is wrong. Even though the gold is right, I mean, they probably didn't even test that. That's a 14K hat pin where they list the stone as an emerald, and it's really like, I think it's chrysoberyl or tourmaline. But that got 75 bucks, and they didn't even know what it was. Okay? So that should turn you on to things like this. It's like no one even knows what they even have. Do you guys want to look at the one that sold for the highest price? It's between 14 and 15 karat gold, which means they actually tested this. It's got the natural conch pearl on the top. They do a great description of the stone. They know exactly what it is. See, it tests to 15K, and then they give you the length, and it's a little bit more than 2 grams. So, you know, I was right in there at what a hat pin actually weighs. Very, very easy to ship, right? Very easy to store. Hard to find, I'm sure. Look at that on a penny. So it didn't sell for $873. It says it sold for $873 here, but it looks like they took a best offer on it. I'm not exactly sure, but maybe that is the actual sale price. Somebody help me out there. So let's keep on going and taking a peek and see if we have any that have rubies in them. Let's just see if. Let's look up. Flippertools.com. Thank you. I didn't know you could do that. That's a great tip. So Kayla at Hazelheart's Vintage says you can use flippertools.com to see the best offer. Total tip. I had no idea that you could do that. All right. Hopefully you guys did good this weekend. Krillin, did you find some good stuff? Stephanie? Watch count. And let's see what happens if we do Ruby. Hopefully somebody's gonna pop onto the show. I feel like I'm so
Hello.
I feel like I'm so boring by myself. Oh, both of you are here. Look at you sexies.
Sneaky.
You sneaky people. You're just actually listening to what I'm saying.
For once.
The silence. The silence is golden. So you can see this. This is an antique 10K white gold ruby Victorian. Blah 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 blah. This one is way not as cool as mine. Way not as cool, and it does. That actually looks like a ruby. Rubies are some of the rarest stones in the world, especially when they're flawless like this. If this is not a laboratory or heated ruby, this is a really, really valuable stone, and somebody got a ridiculously good deal on it. Look at the color of it and the clarity of that. I think like buying gemstones on eBay, if you really know about them, you could make a lot of money if you had the right connections to sell them. So it looks like, you know, it doesn't look like there's very many comps, right? This guy sold one for $23 because he put it in auction, and his keywords are terrible. So what do you expect there?
That's a really lazy title.
Dude, for an item that could do so well. Here's a Pendleton 10K gold that sold for like 95 bucks, but I don't think that's really in the comp range, you know? You just see there's not a lot of comps, and these things, there's a lot. I told you there was like 100 listings, and there's 54 sold. So, I mean, these appear to sell really, really well. Kayla might know more than I know about these things. I really don't. All I know is that they were beautiful, and it seemed like something I could easily, you know, flip and make some money on. But how could you even sell something that was 10 karat gold for $16.50?
That seems cheap.
It seems wrong. A gram of gold is worth like what, like 40 bucks or something? Doesn't even make
a lot
any
of these are so low though. A lot of these are super, super low prices.
Why?
So I don't know. Maybe they're not real. Like maybe people are
not
just
real. Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe they're not real. Yeah, I mean, you have to assume that. See, look, here's a rare Victorian Etruscan jeweled hat pin that sold for $909 at auction.
Wow.
Here's a set of 48 that sold for like $800. Here's another little set that sold for like $800. Look at this one. This one sold for $735. It's a little bumblebee.
That's amazing.
Yeah, look at this
Is
spider.
that a spider? Holy shit.
Yeah, dude, crazy.
Oh my god.
409. The subject matter is awesome, right?
Look at the eyes. Does it say
it's
what the
not-
eyes are? Are the eyes like a
No.
jewel, a specific jewel?
They appear to be turquoise.
Oh my god.
No, they're emeralds. They're emeralds.
Shut up.
Yeah, look, that's a diamond right there. You see that diamond?
Is it diamonds around the edge too?
Yeah, those are like old mine cut diamonds.
Holy shit. That's amazing.
Isn't that amazing? These pictures are potato as potato can be too. I mean, they're terrible pictures. I would be embarrassed to have pictures like this. And it's silver. So back when this stuff was made, they set diamonds in silver a lot. So it'll look like they're not really diamonds. When you see old mine cut diamonds like that, they're often in silver. So they don't even mention a metal here. They don't even mention a metal. It just says my antique big fat spider hat pin. Man, Halloween.
That's a lazy ass description. That's a lazy title.
It's like a Fabergé hat pin that's worth like $10,000, and somebody got it on eBay for like $500.
They put Halloween.
The power of eBay. What's up?
They put Halloween in the title too, like it's just costume.
Yeah, they put Halloween in the title and stuff. Screen sharing just for a second. Come back. I just like 5 seconds ago, I just sold a Star Trek The Next Generation costume. I was like, the nerdiest person in the world might not even know what this is. Wait, let me find it. Orders awaiting shipment. It's just sold like 5 minutes ago. Star Trek Deep Space Nine Commander Sisko Halloween costume, size small. Who the hell is Commander Sisko?
I am the wrong kind of nerd to answer that.
Yeah, me too.
I'm a different kind of nerd.
Explain to us what kind of nerd you are.
I'm like a video game nerd.
What are your favorite like genre of games?
I mean, I love World of Warcraft, and I've played it since it came out in like 2009 or 10, I guess it was. But I really love Skyrim and all the Fallout games, and like the original Morrowind. And so like the RPGs are kind of my favorite.
Do you still play World of Warcraft, or?
I don't play it as frequently anymore just because I don't have time. But I do still play, and my husband plays every weekend.
So yeah, I never got into that genre of games. My brother really liked them, you know.
Yeah.
And I do like certain types of board games. I really like that kind of stuff. But for some reason, I've just never been into like video games. Like in the early days of the internet, I played like Subspace and some weird, stupid mud games that were just completely useless wastes of time. Because like at least in World of Warcraft, you can like make some kind of, you know, you're actually interacting with other people, but this is like before the days of social interaction.
I mean, I said before, I met my husband playing WoW, and we have made like lifelong friends in WoW also. Like people that we spend time with and like we go out with, and
yeah, so, you probably would have. I mean, you would have made those. You would have made connections through.
Oh yeah, I mean, I would have made different friends no matter what hobby I got into, but I probably would not have met my husband. So.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's a crazy story. You met your husband playing World of Warcraft. How does that help? I don't want to get too deep into your personal life, but it's so foreign to me. Like I met my wife in a bar in Colombia.
No, it's weird. Like we were both in the same guild, like in the same group of people, and I lived in California and he lived in Alaska. But, you know, we got to talking and talking and talking and talking and talking and talking. And
were you the priest?
I was the druid tank.
Oh, wow.
And he was a shaman healer.
Nice. That's reversed roles there.
How nerdy is that?
I'm gonna say, talk nerdy to me.
Yeah. So this is nerd chat. I apologize in advance.
So who played first? Was it you or your husband?
Yeah, I've been playing longer than he had. We met in 2010, and I'd been playing since 2000. Gosh, I guess it was like 2005 that I started playing. I've been playing since shortly after release. So it's been like 12 years, I think, since I started playing.
Holy cripolies.
Yeah.
So did you play the vanilla version or?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I played like just after I think they released in like April of 2004, and I think I started playing in like the beginning of 2005. So I was really early on. The game is way different now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's got to evolve with like the people who are playing it to get like to have the complexity that people desire. You know, if it gets boring, you're not gonna
Like
play
the
it.
simplicity, actually.
Yeah, no, it's evolved
Yeah,
quite a bit.
Yeah.
So I watched this video. Okay, so what's this like? It's one of the hardest online games. It's something two.
So it's a sequel?
Yeah, it's a sequel. It's called like this AI engine that the guy who owns Tesla. This AI engine beat the best human players in the world at one of the games that takes the longest to get to gain mastery at.
Chess.
And like it's insane. What, you heard about that?
No, I just said chess. Because they've had like computer programs like, trying to learn chess.
No, he said 2. It's Chess 2.
Oh, Chess
It's
2.
the sequel to the original Chess.
No.
Chess is sequel.
Damn it. You're the gamers. You're supposed to know what the hardest online game is.
Mike, what's the hardest online game?
QSOP.
QSOP? What the fuck is that?
QSOP?
QSOP?
Yeah.
Okay, he's no help.
What the hell? You've never played it?
No, there's some online game, something having to do with the Tesla guy. Nothing?
I don't know.
No, he doesn't know. Riveting television, everyone.
Yeah.
God, you guys are terrible.
What kind of a game is it? Like
It's like World
shooter
of Warcraft. It's like World of Warcraft.
it's an MMORPG.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. And I guess people play it. AI beats gamers.
Tesla Defense 2, maybe?
It's a Kerbal Space Program, but that's not an MMO.
He says it's an MMO.
Dota 2.
Dota 2?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
No.
Tesla, though.
Elon Musk's open AI bot beats pro Dota 2 players. It was considered like a major leap in artificial intelligence because like the thing just basically figured out what everybody did and did the opposite, and that's how it wins. It just does the opposite of what you would think normal strategy would be. So it's like blowing people's minds with the weird strategies it comes up with. I guess this guy was saying Dota 2, it takes like 1,000 hours just to learn how to play the game, and just to get like normal mastery, it can take like 12,000 hours. I'm like, how is that even possible? How do you play a game that much?
You have to be like
never played that game.
You ever,
I hear the community's really toxic in that for that game.
well, it seems like it's a competitive strategy,
Heroes of the Storm.
hyper.
Huge
Heroes of the Storm. Blizzard. That's their version of Dota 2.
I don't know what Dota. I mean, I didn't know there was a Dota.
Yeah, it's really big. It's a really big game. But it's more like a shooter, like, run around in teams and shoot people. I don't think there's much of a story to it, really.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that sounds like my
your neighborhood, like the championships up there in Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
I went there 2 years ago. It's pretty fun. Played Dota 2.
very interesting. Next item. actual four-leaf clover, encapsulated four-leaf clover from Fitzgerald Casino. Like, I guess they gave it away as a promo. Check it out.
Good luck. There's your good luck charm.
I am my own good luck charm. It's probably worth nothing, but for some reason I retained it, so just gonna look it up. Fitzgerald. You would be very jealous. I would Jacob got at that sale, I think, as well.
Is
just
he
to
going to
rub it
do
in.
a haul too? He's in chat. Is he coming in?
I don't know. I hope he comes in here.
I would like to see a haul or a mini haul or something.
Yeah, that would be awesome. So this
Bring it.
Fitzgerald Casino four-leaf clover. Jacob didn't think it was real, but it is real. Oh, dang. Whoa. Dang! Eat my poo. Dude, holy. These sell for a lot of money.
What's it worth?
The last one sold for. Oh, let me see. I'm not screen sharing right now, but I will in 1 second. It looks like they sell 25, 30. There's one listed for 95. Ooh, this one sold for $3.25, but it was an auction. But before that, they've sold for between 10 and 40 bucks, which kind of sucks. I knew it wouldn't be worth much, but it was only $1, and I just wanted to. I just thought it was dumb that it was $1. I don't know. Just break my own rules sometimes. Don't buy dumb stuff, even if it's $1. I buy a lot of watches. I'm not going to screen share that one because it's dumb. So this is a Girard Perregaux. Have you heard of that brand?
I have not.
Girard the Perregaux watches, they're kind of like baby Rolexes. This one doesn't run, but it was only $10. And I'm just going to show you some comps on Perregaux watches, and we'll.
Please do,
Take a
because
look.
I definitely would not have bought a not running watch for $10. That would not be in my wheelhouse to know anything about.
We brought in my wheelhouse, so I'll broaden yours. Let's see. Sold. Let's get in here. Women's watches always sell for significantly less than men's watches.
Mm-hmm.
Women's stuff in general.
I'm just going to kind of blow your mind with the Girard Perregaux line first, and then I'm going to disappoint you with how much this watch is actually worth while it's running. But let's do this. Where'd my little screen share button go? Share, bam. All right, so here's the first one. These are sold. So the first one is 23,500. This one's 15 G's. 10 G.
These are all men's watches? Or?
14 G. 7. Ooh, this is a nice Ferrari one. Ooh.
What the fuck? Okay.
Are you seeing these comps?
Okay.
Look, pages and pages and pages and pages and pages and pages and pages. Okay. So they made a cheap watch line. It was called the Gyromatic.
And that's what you have?
Yeah. This was like anyway.
So how much is yours worth then?
I don't know. Let's find out. I haven't checked yet. I'm doing live comps so that people can see how I do stupid comps. Okay.
Research.
Yeah. So here's an 18 karat gold, same one. This one sold for 2 G's.
Jesus.
This is the one I have.
What am I doing with my life? Fuck.
So when do you start complaining here?
Good
Who starts
lord.
complaining? What are you lording about?
No, I'm saying that you're like, but mine. You're saying that yours sucks, but I have not seen a second comp yet.
Yeah, that looks good to me.
$100.
Well, this is the model here, the HF Gyromatic. This one. This one has a look. It's hard to tell if it has a gold tone to it. You know, this picture of the light is really weird, but I think it's silver. No, it's gold. It's a gold tone, but it's not a gold watch, you know. So that was sold in Canada for You're 330-ish. You know, there's a lot of comps in that area. Now, here's one. This is the one that I really like. This one makes me like jump up and down. Mine doesn't have the date, which means it's not worth as much as this one, but this is the same exact one, not running, and it sold for $318. It had 23 bids.
I mean, that's decent.
That's 39 joules.
I mean, I paid $10 for it. I should really get a return on my money, right?
I would think you'll do okay.
Didn't you start this out by complaining? Or something?
I know. You did kind of.
It's like,
It's not legit. Keep what? I don't know. What's
He
not
was
legit?
talking about your keychain. He was saying your keychain was not legit.
It totally is legit.
He sounds salty. He's salty that he did not get the good luck charm.
Yeah, it's kind of garbage though. But anyway, it was only $1. It's $1 garbage. Sometimes you have to just spend some garbage. So let's go on to the next one. So I think we can safely say that like 180 to 250 is probably the likely return on that guy since it's not running. I could put some money into it and probably get 5 to 6, but it might cost me $100 to fix it. So I don't know. Jacob actually had this in his hand, and I asked him if I could buy it. This came from the second estate sale we went to. It's a Russian aviator's watch. It's in immaculate, like mirror condition, and
Wow.
it's really heavy. Got a stopwatch. You wanna watch how it goes? Tick 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 tick, and then you stop it, and then you reset it. Woohoo! The second hand is here. You can see it moving. Oh, it's not moving. It's here. You can see it moving towards my finger. Anyway, this style of watch isn't that popular right now. I already knew that, but the quality of it was so high and the condition was so good that I couldn't let Jacob have it, you know. So let's look at Russian Pilot Aviator watch. Pilot Aviator watch. I may keep this watch for myself because it's silly good. Let's look if we can find some comps that sold. No. I don't know what the writing says on it yet, but we'll figure that out. Oh, look. Is that it? That's it. It's the same watch. Very similar, if not the same. So I paid $40 for this watch.
wow.
Yeah, it's basically the same. Mine doesn't have the coloring on it, but it's in much better condition, and I can present much better images. I don't have the original box, but that tells me that it's Poljot. Poljot is the company. Let's find that. Poljot Aviator Longograph. I don't know if everybody saw how I did that. Somebody paying attention to the chat? Yes, sir.
Yeah, kind
Oh,
of.
19th Vintage has changed his logo. Corey, why am I your good luck charm? Jacob. Okay, it looks like Poljot.
Yeah, we can see the
yeah.
new logo on there, 19th vintage. I saw it on Instagram too. It looks good.
Instaman. All right, we're gonna look at some Poljot watches just for fun. Boom, quick. Okay, so yeah, it's Russian. These are for sale. I kind of like to look at what's out there for sale and higher end stuff. Here's one. It's very similar with the same mechanics. It's for sale for $350, which means the previous guy might have just sold it for way less money. There's a lot in the $500, $600, $400 range. This one's very similar. It's got a better colorway, obviously, but it doesn't have the strap. And that one's selling for like they're asking $520, which I don't think is out of the ballpark for that watch. Yeah. So that's recent first. I always like to kind of. Hey, Thrift Hustler, what's up, man? Death Files, I'm still dead. Oh man, it's getting crazy in here. I don't use Facebook Marketplace because I don't like Facebook. Whoa, check out that one. Oh, President Putin. It always sounds like It makes me think of a guy farting.
Or those Canadian
President
fries.
Putin. It's like, I'm rolling dirty. I'm President Putin. All right, so this one's pretty cool. It's got some rubies going on. It's got some little gold tone action going on. It's the
fancy
president.
as fuck.
It looks ugly as hell. Unless you're like a dragon raider or something, maybe you could wear that. Oh, dude, check this one out. This one it like flips over in some way. It's almost like a stopwatch. You can like flip it off of that thing and make it into a stopwatch that you can hang maybe. That's really cool. Wow, check that one out. That one sold for somewhere under $662, $689. I'm trying to find ones that are really, really similar, you know. There's a lot in the $400 range, but they appear to be new. And the vintage ones kind of haven't come up in this yet. Here's one. It sold for $275. It has the colored emblem. Mine is the black and white emblem. And then, I don't see a lot of them with the black and white emblem. Sometimes you can tell the era that something was made, even the year, just by a slight change in the logo. I was talking about, see this one. This one sold for $150, but it was an auction. Auction records to me aren't. I mean, they do show something about market, but I don't feel like true market prices realized in those things unless it's like really rare and you have multiple people who want it at the same time. It's kind of why I avoid auctions in general. But great watch. I'm probably gonna put it up. I don't know. I really like it. It would be against my rules to keep it because I just have rules against that. But gosh, sometimes you just want to break the rules, right? Deathpile, do you have any rules about keeping stuff? You were talking about how you don't keep anything and you sell everything the other day, and then you pulled out that crazy print that you're obviously keeping.
I don't keep many rules. I don't know. Like I'll keep stuff for a while, but my mentality is to have everything in my life just for sale. I'd like that to be the reality.
Like, everything? Like, can I buy that hat off of your head right now?
Sure, yeah. How much?
No, I just want to know that I could if I wanted to.
Yeah, for sure. That's why, like, that's kind of, I'm starting to buy furniture, so I want to have, like, all my furniture in my house online at all times. And then, because, like that.
I have some.
Because people say, like, I don't have room for it. But you have room for your own furniture. What if you're, like, willing to, like, transition through it, like, constantly and just, like, be in a state of flux?
So you must not have pets, and I'm sure you don't have kids.
Exactly.
Yeah, because those things don't fly when you have those two things. Because my cat or my child would, spill Kool-Aid on it or throw up on it or scratch the edges of it. Like, we can't have nice things. I have 5.5-year-olds.
Yeah. They'll tear it up. You have a random urinating jellyfish that just kind of randomly appears on your couch.
Randomly.
Random urinating jellyfish. It would be hard for me to have a couch in my house, inside of my actual house, that my child did not do something to that would affect its value. That's why I have the coffee table in my living room. Somebody just left it out at the dumpster, but it's like this beautiful ash wood it appears to be from like the early 50s, and it weighs like 1,000,000 tons. It's like it's made of depleted uranium wood or something, and that. I don't even know how. It's like, do you have to beat that table with whatever the hell you're beating it with right now? Anyway, I guess I'm exaggerating. She hasn't hurt it that bad, but I certainly wouldn't want to have like an Eames, like a $2,000 Eames chair in my living room with my kid like eating yogurt on it.
Yeah. Like, and my kid is old enough mostly to know better, but that doesn't mean she gives a shit. Like, she knows not to color on the furniture, but sometimes she does it anyway. Like, doesn't matter. She's still a jerk.
The apple does not fall far from the tree. Is that what
I know. It really doesn't. She's such a jerk. I love her to pieces, but my God, she's so me. She is a miniature me, and it just, my life in 15 years is going to be a literal hell.
Well, you get to get it back, you know.
Yeah.
So you were talking like jade a little bit earlier. Are you practicing that kind of stuff?
Yeah. Yeah, I have another piece in my hand right here, and I've got another piece I'll show you here in a second. I was going to show you kind of 3 grades of it. My light isn't that great here. I can go grab another light over here real quick.
I was going to ask you about this piece that I found.
Okay.
I don't know about that.
The first question I would ask you is, where did you find it?
At a garage sale.
The second question I would ask you is, are there any precious metals on it?
Yes, the clasp is like one of those box clasps that is sterling silver.
Okay.
Then it's got little cloisonne beads. It's got some sort of bone and some black bead.
Based on what I'm seeing, it looks like nephrite to me and not jadeite.
It looks like what?
Nephrite and not jadeite. But let me see the big pendant. Maybe we can get a. I need it to pop up bigger, so I'm gonna mute my mic here so it'll go active for me. Hold on.
Because like nephrite's like a form of jadeite, right? Or a form of jade.
No. Nephrite is passed off as jade. Jade is jadeite, and there's nothing else. Jade is jadeite. No exception.
It has that clinky sound to it, but it's very light though. So I don't know what like the ideal.
Dude, this piece of jade weighs like almost 6 grams. It's a tiny piece of jade. It's really, really heavy. And how you can instantly tell it's jade is this thing is ice cold right now.
Yeah, this is cold too.
Yeah, it's very, very cold. And you'll get the color. Okay. God, this sucks. I'm gonna go get a light. Do you see the deep green? This camera is slightly shifted to the blue for some reason, and it might be correcting for this light. Or maybe it's my shirt. But let me grab a light. Hold on a second. I should have done this before, but I'm just gonna do it now.
It's a high production value show, everyone. So I hope you appreciate what you're paying for.
I have to hang out with somebody, right? All right. The host of the show just leaves to get a light so they can show you shit better. All right. We have some nice light. Woo, woo, woo. Woo. Let's see if we can get behind it a little bit. Do you see the opacity of it? I don't know if you can get it. I don't know if I can get it really well on camera. Okay, there we go. You gotta get it to like, you see how it glows? It has this odd opacity where it glows. And you can really see the greens in it. You see the greens marbling through it.
Mm-hmm.
That's really what you're looking for. And obviously, so nephrite is more, so this is actually jade. I mean, I'm almost certain this is jadeite, but this is at the end of the desirable spectrum of green. And this is kind of where the spectrum of nephrite starts. So it's like nephrites are like more grasser greens, and jadeites are these like really elaborate, like neon toothpaste greens. Carol, this is a really good example of like, this is top quality apple green jade. It doesn't get much better than this. And I really wish I could show you the color and how the light shines through it. You see how the light is prismatic through it? See the light interacting with it? I don't know if you can see that on camera.
Yeah, a little bit. It makes it look like very oceany.
Yeah, it's very oceany. It has a water-like aspect to the way it like moves light. There, you see? See how it's glowing?
Right.
So it's really a unique quality of jade that it has this like interesting clarity behind it, and it has it glows. It definitely it like glows in certain spectrums of light.
So that's the
So
ideal
it
jade.
doesn't-
Like what?
What's up?
So that's the ideal like hue of jade. Like what happens when it gets darker? Like I've
Apple
seen
green.
darker.
So the closer it gets to, do you see like this color here?
Yeah,
That's just slightly darker than the best quality jade.
that really dark green up there above the
It's,
yellow.
it's bright though. It has this fluorescence to it that changes the way that it looks. So yeah, that would be like the color if it had a slight bit more bright, like white brightness to it. The darker you can get the jade into that range, because like I was saying, once you get here, you get into like nephrite. Like it's a much darker green.
It looks kind of dull.
It's a dull green, exactly. The sharper and brighter the green is, this is really rare to find. I mean, very, very, probably 1% or less of the jade in the world is of this quality. This is exceptional quality. It's really hard to show on camera. It really is. I really wish I could show it to you better, but you can really kind of see how it glows in that weird green color it has. I mean, it's just very odd. And that's why they use it with, I think it's almost always set in gold because it really brings out the color. It's like rubies are almost always in gold too for some reason.
That's cool.
Do you have a loop to my sales? No, I have Ninja Vision. I have 28 million vision or 20 vision or 21 vision. Whatever the best vision is, I have that. So I don't. No, I just look for like, this one clearly says 10K on it. I mean, anybody could see that. And if you know anything about jade, you would know that this absolutely is jade. The other thing is, this was marked at $10 and it's several grams of gold. So it's like, I mean, if you're the first person into an estate sale, sometimes they just have stuff. They didn't even know what to do. They had so much stuff. They just started pricing stuff. They ran out of time. They started pricing stuff, and you're the first person who touched it. So you have the first person who has the opportunity to buy it below market price. It's not really, obviously you need the money to be able to do that, and you need to understand like the estate sale companies and how to get in first, because that can take a long time. It's not like somebody is just like, I'm going to do this today. I'm going to do it this weekend. No, you're going to be 40th in line because they don't even know who you are.
Yeah.
And when you're waiting there at the glass case to like get something, they're probably going to go to the guy like me who's been buying for years and years and years first. I might be nice and be like, all right, he was here first, let him go. But I don't like doing that. I like getting the good stuff. I'm mean.
Yeah, that's a good rule of thumb. Like anything set in gold is probably quality.
Well, very rarely are semi-precious stones set in like gold back in these older, like if it's a precious stone. Well, okay, two things. If it's gold, it's probably a precious stone.
Right.
If it's a precious stone, it's probably gold. It's just like they go together. Like
unless it's like really old. Like I know that they used to set like diamonds and silver. Like
that's exactly what I was talking about. We were reviewing something. I don't know if you saw that, but you're 100% right. They used to set diamonds mostly in gold until they figured out how to work with platinum. Platinum has a really high melting temperature.
Yeah.
It's mushroom. Most of the companies are run by ladies that are jewel experts, and they don't budge. These guys don't budge either. They just don't price it. Like they price it to move. They want everything gone, and they want people like me to come back and spend $500, $600, $1,000, whatever we can spend. If I walk into a house, every dollar that I have for my business to buy is available at that moment. Like if everything is profitable in the house, I'll buy everything. I don't hesitate because it's in a specific category. I mean, I don't really buy vibrators or bongs, but
that's because I get there and buy them all first.
Just leave that for me.
Kayla always finds the bongs and pictures, the vibrators. One time she even found a vibrator bong.
The best of both worlds. I mean, come on.
She never has to leave her house.
I never leave my house.
I have a question for you guys. Do you guys have like things that are regional to you, like that you find a lot that It doesn't seem like a lot of people in other regions. I don't know. They're like, so like for example, like one of the things that I find a lot in California is like Southwestern, Native American, like jewelry.
Mm-hmm. We
And
find that stuff
it feels
here
very
too because a
Yeah.
lot of people migrate from California to Oregon. There are
Okay.
a lot of California migrants. So we do find a lot of that kind of California-y stuff here. What we find here that people don't find is like Nike stuff from like the 80s and the 70s and
Yeah.
like
Sample.
we found like I found like Columbia stuff, like prototype Columbia stuff from the 40s and 50s. Columbia's here, Adidas is here, Intel is here. What's the other one? CC Filson's up in Seattle.
Hmm.
Nike's here. There's all these other little sports companies and stuff here too. So
Which is funny because I had only found one piece of Filson ever, and it was totally trashed, like beyond salvage. So I didn't even buy it. But I've never found anything else.
it's really hard to find the old school Filson stuff. The best people just wore them until they fell apart.
Hmm.
I find them in that same state all the time. Somebody wore it their entire life.
Yeah,
So
it looked
people
like
must
this
have really
person like wore it in the mines or something. Like it was completely destroyed. I was like, God damn it.
Yeah. I think I would definitely agree with that. I think miners use those things actually because they always have like schmutz and stuff on them, but they still sell in extremely distressed condition. Just so
Yeah.
you're aware of that. It's like some kind of look somebody's looking to get. Not me.
Yeah, because like people on the East Coast, they find like Civil War stuff. They find like knives and grenades.
Yeah,
and all
but
kinds
we
of.
didn't have any Civil War shit out here.
I never see any of that stuff. But
I mean, Portland wasn't even founded until like the beginning of the 1800s or something. I don't know, 1820s. Portland became like a really strong industrial center for certain commodities, and the economy was ruled by a couple of families for a long time. These timber barons, salmon baron kind of dudes. I mean, we had like dense natural resources here up until not that long ago. So,
yeah,
but I think that the distribution of wealth here is just much different than in any other place. You can walk into what looks like a random, middle class house. Like if you went into that house in South Louisiana, you'd find like Kmart pots and Capri pants and an Esprit purse. Here, there's like a Gucci in there for some reason. There's always like there's like a lot of high end kind of stuff just in regular middle class houses here.
right.
Well, I know on the East Coast, I mean, I only lived there till I was 18, but when I would go junking with my dad, like, it was so much more common to find antiques.
Yeah.
But here we find vintage. Like, finding 100-year-old stuff here is very uncommon. But
I would say the same.
in New Jersey, every garage sale, it wasn't full of baby junk like you find here at garage sales. It was like, oh, we cleared out grandma's house and it was full of, 18th century antiques.
Are you on that?
That was a dime a dozen.
Are you playing that the grass is greener on the other side of the fence over there?
Oh, of course. I look at the estate sales that are going on in my old hometown area, and I'm like, fuck.
See,
and I know it's dirt cheap there too.
Like the thing is, like about like this side of the world, we get pretty cool stuff. We get a lot of mid-century modern here in California.
Yes.
We get a lot of tiki. We get like the cool stuff. I get a lot of Apple stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet.
I found 2 Apple Newtons like 5-6 weeks ago, and I've never seen.
I'll show you an Apple thing I got today.
Yeah.
Crazy. But yeah, I mean that sale that you and I were looking at the pictures of on the last show. I mean, would you expect there to be like a Gerard Perregaux watch in there?
No, it definitely looked like lower mid-end.
No, but there was
I'm surprised.
So I forgot there was a Gucci purse from the late '60s, Oxblood. It had some scratches on it. Okay, had some scratches on it. They wanted $125, which I was willing to. No, come on. It was. I looked at comps. They were insane.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they were in the $500, $600, $700 range for this style in
Oh,
in that
wow.
colorway. I don't know why. So I put it behind the counter to buy it, and I forgot it.
Oh,
And then
no.
thought I was like hiding it or something. I actually got in trouble. Not like trouble. They were like, are you being shady? And I really wasn't. I bought a Roland FP1, the first like synth piano synth that Roland made. They're made in the United States, and they're just, the quality is insane. They actually have real hammers inside of them and all this crazy stuff. I couldn't even find one for sale on the internet. They wanted $150, and I usually don't haggle, but a couple of the keys were kind of like sticking. So I said, "Hey man, a couple of the keys are sticking. What can you do?" He's like, "I'll do half price today." So I paid $75 for it. And is several $100s. It's in a giant, wood padded case, and it's got 3 keys that are sticking. And I haven't. When I plugged it in and tested all the functions, it worked. And the keystrokes were actually working, but that old synth stuff, it doesn't have. You have to have audio out, like big jack headphones, or you need to hook it up to an amplifier because it doesn't have an onboard. It doesn't have onboard speakers.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to test it.
Once around here.
What's up?
I found a Rhodes once. You picked up one of those before, a Rhodes keyboard?
I've seen the Rhodes stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me
Just
what you
once
found.
I found one. It's pretty cool.
What was it, and how much did it sell for?
It sold for like $400. I got it, because it wasn't working. Like if it was working, it would be like $800, $1,000, something like that.
Yeah. Flipper Joe says hello to everybody, so everybody say
Hello.
hello to Flipper Joe.
But yeah, I think it's important to like know what your area is, like the profitable items that you can find in your area. Because like the East Coast people aren't going to find the same stuff we find out here,
Yeah.
I
think
that's
you're right.
something important
I'm just
that
curious,
people need to know. Like when they ask, what brands should I buy? What should I look for? And it's like, just because I find something here doesn't mean you're ever going to see it. Like Vineyard Vines, if we want to talk about clothing. I have found like 3 Vineyard Vines items in the past 3 years, but people that live on the East Coast are drowning in it.
Right.
Yeah. So I
you
found
know.
like 3 last week, and those are the first 3 I ever found, and they were in the house of somebody who moved here from the East Coast.
Right.
So sometimes brands are, location. You're not going to find certain things here. So,
or even antiques. They're just like regional things, and like figuring what that is kind of important, because you can learn all you can learn all the Civil War history. I'm never going to see a single piece of it, so what's the point of that? I don't know, or I might, but
it's not as likely.
Yeah, not as likely. So.
I mean, there's tons of things that you can be good at, and the more things that you're good at, then the more money you're going to make. I mean, I just really believe that's the truth. We're pickers. Some people have other business models, but my main business model is picking. I would like to be able to reverse that. So like, instead of me going out and find everything, people came to me somehow, but like at this point I am a picker. And in that picker business model, the more knowledge you have and your ability to spend that $5, $10, $20, $100 right now, make the decision right now, because you have the knowledge, or at least part of it, to make that decision. You need to make decisions quick in what I do. And you need to keep rolling, because you got to stack up those wins. You got to stack up those wins so you can make those sales. Otherwise, you're not going to make any money.
Right. I think you brought up like a good point, like the last time I was on here, that I don't know. I like the model of knowledge. Like the more the more you know, the better you're gonna pick. Like that's kind of a easy thing to say, but it's like a hard thing to like accumulate. And yeah, I don't know. So like my background of like art knowledge, it's paying off a lot. And like,
oh my God, yeah, you showed me one thing that probably pays for all of your art knowledge.
Yeah.
One thing. So that's really, really valuable knowledge.
And I found this today. This is like another like art knowledge thing, but it's, I don't know, can you see that? the little patterning on the side got me super excited.
Yes.
It's,
You're muted, Corey. I don't know if you mean to be.
What is the artist's name? Because I've seen his work and I have wished to purchase it.
that's Keith Haring.
Okay.
So like I saw Keith Haring, and
I don't know.
I don't know, but he's like a super famous artist. So I saw that, and it doesn't have his name anywhere on the pen. But once I saw that, I was like super excited. I was willing to spend a lot. The guy gave it to me for free.
Whoa.
Nice.
This is like, I mean, everybody has these listed for like $220 to $250.
What?
Damn, fool.
And like, it was just like putting little pieces together. Like this artist, he doesn't like put his, I don't know, his artwork in a lot of products. Like he has a Swatch watch that is worth like a lot of money. So like I knew that, and then I saw his work here on a pen. So I'm like, all right.
How much is the Swatch watch worth? I'm so curious. Like,
So he has
you know?
like, there's one model that's like goes in like the $400 range. He has another one that like is in the $1,000 range.
Yeah. That's really high in the Swatch. You know, getting $200, $250 for a Swatch is a lot.
Yeah, it's like it's the grail of swatches, or it's one of the grails of swatches.
Yeah. There's a couple dozen grails out there, but yeah. Imagine if Supreme made swatches. The Supreme Swatch combo, dude. They would mug the planet with that. On Supreme shit is just ridiculous. I mean, it's just like, here's money. Selling it for, it was like MSRP 9,000, and they bought it for that, and they're like flipping it for like 20,000, 18,000, 16,000. Crazy macro lady. I don't know anything about Supreme, so don't listen to anything I say.
There's a really good documentary.
I bought one Supreme.
There's a good documentary on YouTube that you can watch about people who flip Supreme. And I don't know anything about that. It's not my bag at all, but it was a cool documentary, and it was cool to see these. A lot of them are like pretty young kids hustling out there.
Stuff, yeah.
It's really impressive.
But it's a whole nother. It's such a weird hustle to me, because it's like.
But they love what they do. You can tell.
I know, but like, where does the risk come in? Because like, I feel like to make money in any sort of commodity market like this, even if it's like a very sought after item, like you have to have
the risk is that they have people buying this stuff for them. They have people standing in line at the store, and they start people off as employees, and they give them like $200 to buy like one shirt or whatever it is. And once these people prove, okay, they can handle $200 to make one purchase, next time they get $400, and then they get $600. And then eventually they work their way up, and they start giving these other people huge amounts of money to make huge purchases at the store for them.
So it's a pyramid scheme.
Part of the risk, well, not exactly.
Give it to them, and then that person flips it, right?
Yeah. So you stand in line and you make a percentage.
Couldn't a store, like a single store, be like I run this Supreme store, and I'm not going to sell one to you because I don't want to. I'm going to sell it to this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy, and all these guys are giving me.
They talk about that in the documentary, how that does kind of happen, and there's people who get kind of preferential treatment, and how sometimes women get preferential treatment by the like bouncers. And you know, there's drama about that. I really recommend it's a good watch. It's entertaining, if nothing else.
I definitely saw parts of it.
It was really interesting. It's a whole culture that I just know zero about.
It seems completely ridiculous to me, to be quite honest.
Is it on YouTube or like?
It is on YouTube. It's in like 4 or 5 parts on YouTube.
Okay.
I mean, I guess it's just like. It's what I do, but in a really weird postmodern kind of way.
They've just found a new way to make money.
It's basically like retail arbitrage. Huge, like on a
crazy scale.
Imagine how many types of arbitrage just got invented by the internet. So you could have a bot that just buys tickets, drives the price up, and makes money. It can only be 10%, but you buy like. You can corner the market on a single product using like artificial intelligence, and then resell it to that customer base. That's insanity. Like when I was a kid, you had to go wait in line at Ticketmaster, and if it was a bot, it would have to be like, you know, the one from like the Jetsons.
I kind of miss those days
Yeah.
because getting tickets to events now is kind of ridiculous.
Jacob's saying something in the chat, but I don't know what he's talking about. Maybe he got a haircut or something, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe he could participate in the conversation if he joined it.
We should get
Yeah,
Krillin on here. I mean, there's room
Krillin
for
never comes in. Like Krillin's always selling cool stuff and talking about cool stuff, but he never comes in. Stephanie,
Mr.
there. I don't know
Mysterious.
who's here. If you're here, here's the link. Come into the chat.
Just everybody.
I'll mute my mic and shut up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, nobody wants to hear me talk anyway.
He'll do it for 10 whole seconds.
It's really hard for me not to talk. That's why I started a YouTube channel.
You got Jake.
Oh
I'm
shit!
here.
Oh shit!
Shut up. See, it wasn't me that coaxed you in. It was Kayla.
What's your channel like on YouTube or in the chat or on YouTube? Jake.
Oh, mine? It's Portland Pickers.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Portland Picks in the PDX.
I branded him. I was like, let's start a YouTube channel that's mine.
He suckered me in with his eyelashes.
Aww.
They're approximately 8 inches long, and
Wait, was
Have you
eyelash?
seen my daughter's eyelashes? My daughter's eyelashes, she can catch fish with them. I mean, you could tie a hook on the end of this thing and go fishing, man. They're long.
so what I was saying,
Yeah, I mean,
I didn't cut my hair. It's still the same length, Kayla.
Okay.
What I was saying is until you're selling Supreme, you're gonna knock it. You know, once you're the guy wheeling and dealing it, you're gonna be like, Supreme's legit. Just made $200.
yeah, he used to make fun of people who sold women's underwear, but now I do that. What are you talking about? Ask Jacob. I bought a bunch of slips from like the 1940s and 50s.
See that clock?
Good.
We found some slips today. Look at,
We went back to that sale and,
wait, no,
and
this
cleaned
these are
up.
from a different sale.
I was the first one back in because I had to go back and get the keyboard. I went back to get that Gucci and it was gone.
Oh,
There was so much stuff left in the house, dude. Did you get that shell? I left the shell. What's up?
the pearl little display.
Yeah, well, that was there too. Obviously, did
It
you
was
buy
gone.
that? That's sexy. What is that thing? Let's see
This
that.
is Christian Dior vintage little cute.
Oh my
Nice.
god,
It's my new. That's my new right there.
that's yeah. Put that on and have a little bit of whiskey.
But I filled up an.
That
Let
was
me show you
beautiful.
the bag I filled up with vintage clothing.
Did you go
Show
in?
me.
How last did you go? And there was so
Look at
much
this.
stuff.
Look at this tube of a bag.
Put it on. Let me see.
Oh my god.
Oh, he's gonna do a haul for us. Okay.
It's
Mama
mostly
wants to see all
Pendleton.
the vintage.
It's mostly Pendleton. I didn't see any Pendleton in there.
What?
Guess you weren't looking.
No, I wasn't looking. So this morning I didn't want to deal with it. I really didn't want to deal with it. Yesterday I told Jacob like I went so hard that like my head popped. My head
Oh,
popped
geez.
yesterday.
We both seized the
Can't see
moment,
anything.
but also then had seizures.
This is like a Pendleton
The excitement.
suit with a jacket.
Oh no, I'm wrong. Jacob can attest to the fact that I pulled some Pendleton stuff out of there.
Did
Actually,
here's
Yeah. I did.
here's a scarf. Here's
I
two.
didn't see any scars.
Here's two hankies.
Nice.
Vintage, pretty cool patterns.
Those are cool.
Those are cool. Do you have a maker on those?
This one is Cow Trap.
No. This just has like a
Oh.
bunch of words on it.
Oh, it just has words on it, I guess. But I
Like words, like actual words, or like
The
some of
flag.
those words? Like, does it say bread?
They're like flags or like coat of arms or something.
who the hell made this thing?
Are they rolled edges or sewn edges?
Oh, wait a second. There's a tag right here.
Roll.
I think
It
it's
says Gucci.
Japanese or
Can't really
see
tell.
that shit.
What does it say? What does it look like?
What's in the box? I don't know, but rolled edges is good. I'm always looking for
I got a
rolled
bunch
edge
of
tops.
Givenchy shit out of there, dude.
It's Japanese. It's a Japanese tag on it.
It's no.
I have a
I
fun
don't
story
know.
about handkerchiefs, but I won't tell it yet. More Pendleton.
Oh, yeah, Jesus Christ.
The bag is like
Turn that off.
it's a growing bag, dude.
I don't know if I want to take all this stuff out.
Bear with me.
What is that? What is that even?
Oh, I just like that skirt. Ralph Lauren, like,
Vintage, sort of country cozy, sort of.
mhm.
Yeah.
All right, that's the tag on it now.
Wait. That's interesting. Yeah, there was a bunch of stuff with tags this morning. I couldn't deal with it.
Vintagey goodness.
Oh my God, that's
Ooh.
amazing.
Oh, I
That's
just
amazing,
sold
dude.
a vintage Lacoste
Dude,
dress
that is
for
money.
like 45
dude.
bucks or something.
Yeah,
45?
dude, that
Nice.
shirt's
Is that a
60
dress or a
bucks,
shirt?
It's a shirt.
Okay,
I'm
I
gonna
have
get
2
you-
women's pieces. One of them is a salesman sample with the blue alligator on it.
So I'm gonna get you in touch with Hori over at True Vintage Sendai, Jacob, this week.
Yeah.
You're gonna connect with him through Instagram, and you're gonna send him some pictures of that stuff. I'm
Okay.
gonna help you negotiate with him, but
Look at this vintage Reebok.
I touched that vintage Reebok and I put it back on the shelf.
Look
I
at
was
this.
just like, it's too ridiculous. Yeah, I
Well,
didn't.
now it's worth more because he touched it.
Look at this. I might keep this as a keeper right here. The pattern
Well,
on.
I did put my truck nuts on it, so it probably makes the value go up.
You're a sick man.
Gross.
Yours? I said truck nuts.
Gross.
I just had to get this because I don't know, it's funky and vintage, right? That's what you.
I
grab.
totally put that. Yeah, I know. I put that back too. I couldn't deal with it. I don't know why I couldn't deal with it. I touched both of those pieces though. Definitely not the Lacoste. The Lacoste was a sick find. Tell me what you would go. Did you go in like last? When did you go into that?
Oh yeah, I got a lot of the stuff for $1.50 a piece.
Ooh, girl.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, that's how you do it. That's like bin prices on vintage clothing.
Yeah.
Here's a Ralph Lauren polo, vintage pink.
Good. Those are okay.
The sex appeal. I don't know. I just figured
it's a $22, $23 shirt, but you'll make money on it. The Lacoste, the vintage Lacoste shirt is like absolute home run.
Mila, do you know stuff about Liz Claiborne and Liz Sport?
I know it's very late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
And it does okay, especially like those paisley floral, sort of ugly grandma print.
Like this.
It's popular. Yeah. No, it's popular.
This one, it still has a tag, and it was originally $68, but I'm like, I don't know if this is going to get $68.
I would say 25 bucks.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, the fact
This
that
is
it has
ugly.
tags on it.
I was like, this is ugly and old. Let's buy it. Here's a Fila Golf vintage.
That's
With some
yeah,
crest
that's
on
money.
it. That's kind of cool.
That's definitely money. Money. Also put that back. I decided I was only buying women's underwear at that sale.
I wish you had some. I want to see it.
I do have it. It'll come back listed, and we can look at the actual pieces and the listings too. If you want?
Yes, I can help you with prices too.
Absolutely, because I have no idea. It's so all over the board.
Are you familiar with this, the Villager? I feel like it was.
I've sold some things from that vintage brand before, but it was women's stuff.
This is.
Yeah, I've sold some
women.
good stuff from that brand.
It's just got a ladybug just embroidered.
Oh, that's cute.
Right, and it's
And then
clean.
this little
white
skirt
button up.
is also Villager that has little like
Sailor
sailor anchors on the
buttons.
button.
That's pop. That's good with your millennial generation. They love those sailor anchor bullshit.
All right, you want some more ugly old stuff? Here we go.
Oh my god, I can already tell that I'm in love.
Really?
Yes. Vintage
So-
house coat, 30 bucks.
Yeah.
Yep.
For that pattern, 30 bucks.
The
It doesn't
collar on
impress
that.
me.
Yeah, it's
I
got a
don't
great
like the,
collar.
I don't
That pattern
like the
is
pattern.
awesome. It's not for you, Mrs. Doubtfire.
I like to wear shit.
I'm gonna wear this.
I wish you would.
If you wear it, I'll wear one too. I have one.
Like,
I'm putting it on right now.
I'm so happy.
okay, this is also another ugly.
I'm gonna start singing
Oh,
Edelweiss.
It,
That's
it-
not
does
wearing
not
it.
work
You're
with
like
your hat.
you're half wearing it.
This is Ralph Lauren.
Yeah, that country
That's-
cozy shit
that-
though. That's probably
Dude,
another
that's
30
money.
bucks
That
easy.
Ralph Lauren is. Yeah, that's money. That thing
If
is
you
awesome.
ever find, so here's a bolo for you guys, Victoria's Secret Country, and it's what it says on the
Mm.
tag. It says Victoria's Secret Country. It's usually stuff that's 100% cotton, 100% linen. It has those little tiny flowers. It looks very like country cozy chic.
Yeah.
That shit is money. Just
Okay.
an FYI.
That's money. The Lost Galaxy is here.
The more you know.
I
Yeah,
have.
this thing is weird.
Here's a.
I have.
Excuse me.
What the hell is the Lost Galaxy?
I think it goes
Oh.
both ways. I swear.
This is a Liz Claiborne lamb's wool and
Dress.
Angora. Like
50
It's
bucks.
a condom.
50 bucks or more.
Lambskin?
Is it a coat or a dress?
It's
it's a dress.
Yeah, I'd say 60, 70 bucks if it's a dress.
That's
Lamb's wool and Angora has been selling so well for me. I can't keep them in stock.
Oh shit.
Angora
can't
sweaters are super,
keep them.
super in.
and stuff. Yeah, that was a beautiful dress. The Ralph Lauren dress is really cool.
And then there was just like some old Columbia sportswear stuff that I was like, for a buck
Yeah, I like that. Yeah,
50, I mean,
yeah.
it's
I don't do that well with the Columbia sportswear like men's printed shirts. They just
I know.
don't seem to sell that well.
I mean, all
When
the
they do
Columbia
sell,
was women's. So I wonder if it's, I don't know.
I didn't see that.
Oh,
that
grabbed-
Reebok shirt was not a woman's shirt.
I grabbed
No.
this.
Yeah, the Reebok
Erica didn't
wasn't-
see me grab this.
I was like, I didn't see that.
That's cute. That's cute.
That's cute.
Oh God.
Well, I mean, in terms of like, I think that will sell.
Okay.
Have you seen that brand before?
Apple.
I don't know if I've seen the brand, but it's union made, so it's got that going for it. It's embroidered. Embroidery is crazy hot this season.
Definitely. People
So-
love embroidery.
This is ugly.
That-
So, what percentage of clothing do you do?
Who?
What are you
The
asking?
Portland Pickers.
Oh, we do more than we think we do.
Hey, did you look?
20
Did you look up?
max? I do mainly electronics and automotive and collectibles and weird stuff, but
Did
I
you make?
throw in a mix of like shoes and pants and coats. Weird stuff.
You make it sexy. You're like, I'm dapper. I sell old piece of shit electronics and $400 shoes.
Calvin Klein wool skirt.
Oh my god, that is sick. I would wear that. I wish they made those into pants. Wow, that is awesome. That is
Yeah, it didn't
really,
look like there was
really.
anything newer than like 1978 there.
Yeah, that weird back closet. There were like 3 weird back hidden closets, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So weird.
Yeah.
So did you like the Golden Nugget sign? I was telling her it was the only thing in the house that wasn't for sale. Did you?
That's
You didn't get to buy that.
Not for sale. I tried too. I tried twice.
What did you
I had the
offer?
owner. I just said, can we figure out how to possibly sell it? And they're like, this is a very important family heirloom. So the guy who was running the sale called the owner of the estate sale company, who called the owner of the house and was like, yeah, I kind of heard part of the conversation, but yeah, I couldn't buy it.
This.
That's a nice
The
piece.
wallpaper, I couldn't get it off the wall. It was like glued
That sucks.
over the top of it. Yes.
That's a nice neckline. I like that, and it has the belt, which is
Diner
a super
girl.
plus.
Yeah,
Diner
I was
girl
like,
flight attendant.
this is
Yeah, no, that's beautiful.
It is
I'll show
beautiful.
Hazel some
That's
stuff.
like a timeless piece.
Mhm.
And this
Definitely.
and this was $1.50.
Yeah, I'd
Crazy.
have bought the hell out of that.
Can I show you some stuff too, Hazel?
Yeah.
Is your name Hazel?
No, my name is Kayla. My daughter is Hazel.
Okay.
But everyone calls me Hazel in these chats, so it's okay.
I guess vintage stuff that I'm
Show me.
unaware of too.
This is like my porn. I mean, porn is my porn, but this is like my second porn.
This is like Dota, your Dota 2 of porn.
This is like my work porn.
Well, I mean, just the fact that there is the existence of work porn says that you love what you do. So
I know. It does. Ooh, what is that
I think
plaid?
people-
Oh, is that a men's shirt?
This is a women's shirt, I'm pretty sure. It's Country Sophisticates by Pendleton.
Yeah, it's women's.
yeah,
That's
totally
great.
look
I
like
love that
Pendleton.
rainbow plaid.
Looks like something a clown would wear for lunch.
Maybe
Okay, show me.
Of this right here.
Oh, that's sick.
A
That.
Volvo, like made in Finland, cafe racer kind of style jacket.
What the hell?
It's got
That is weird.
weird like color thing. These like stripes along the side.
Is that Lakers colors? Is that purple and gold?
It's blue and yellow.
It's hard to
Is it
tell.
it's a jacket?
Yeah, it's a jacket. It's made
What's
by
it made out
Volvo.
of?
And it's like cotton. I don't know. It's got this weird like collar with like a buckle across the top.
That's so it's like it's got like a moto style to it almost.
Yeah, it's like a racing. It's like R Sport.
Yeah, it's got like those breathing holes on it and stuff.
Yeah.
Those breathing holes.
I don't know. Is it called something else? I call them like breathing holes. You're smuggling like small animals in your
It
jacket.
sounds like
or
you're
something.
like buried in the mud and you have like a straw sticking out.
Have you seen this Jockey Wraps
No.
logo before?
What is it?
No,
It's
that's
just
old.
it's just like a cotton
Oh, like a
vintage cotton turtleneck. I
that's
don't know.
super old.
Turtlenecks are gonna be so hot because everyone wants to be Steve Jobs right now.
I've never even seen that style of jacket before, for what it's worth.
Okay.
I mean, it does look like a racing jacket to me, but it definitely does not ring as something I would
Yeah.
be familiar with.
How about
Yeah, I've sold similar. Oh, that's cool.
That's nice.
it's like an old like
that
California Park
satin?
Ranger jacket.
Ooh,
Yeah, dude, that's worth a lot of money.
that is money.
Is it?
It has like a Talon
dude.
zipper, so I think it's from like 30s or 40s.
Wow.
Yeah, dude, it's satin, right? Can I see the tag on that thing?
It's
Is
just
it
like
is it canvas?
it's gobbledygook.
Oh,
It's just gone.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's because somebody like wore it a lot.
It's super old.
Because
it looks
It
really
appears to
nice
be-
though.
Oh, yeah, it's-
exactly. The quality looks amazing. It's satin, right? It's hard for me to tell. I can't see.
It has like a satiny, waterproof kind of thing. I don't know, starched. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I mean, I couldn't give you a price, but I would say that is really good money. It's a popular
Dude.
style, and the fact that it's like a park
Dude.
ranger type thing.
I would say 250 is like very,
Yeah.
very, very, very possible.
Yeah, I would agree.
So have you guys sold like uniforms before? Because I looked them up on eBay. You have to like type in that they're obsolete or something like that. It has to be in the description.
Yeah,
Or
some government stuff like that they're really picky about. I've heard.
Yeah, you can't sell like military or government stuff that has any insignia that would indicate the rank of the person who wore it. So you're not supposed to sell that. I mean, eBay might not notice or something, but like you can't sell it that way. It's actually against federal law to do that.
Which one did I get?
So yeah, I mean, it doesn't look like there's anything like that on there, but I mean, you could argue that obviously like a current uniform is a current uniform. Nobody could like impersonate somebody in a uniform from the 40s. They would look like Smokey the Bear. It's not.
It's completely.
It's a vintage satin Park Service bomber
What?
jacket, whatever.
What?
See this belt buckle?
I
Wow, hammer sickle.
love it.
Where did you get that?
I don't remember which sale it was at. I think it was at. Was it? It might have been at the McClure's one.
It was the one where I got this watch because the watch was Soviet, right?
But he didn't buy it. Yeah.
Buy that's right here in front of your face that we just talked about. That's worth more money than it costs, which is what we do for a living.
I made a bad deal.
You'll be sleeping.
I bought that coin and I let you buy that watch.
You're getting very sleepy. You are not as good at picking as I am.
I picked that up and showed it to you. Calm down.
That was so amazing. I was like, "Can I buy that?" And when you said yes, I got a boner.
What is your cardigan poncho?
I just found this today. It has like butterflies, but you know, like that moth look is in right now.
Yeah.
That moth look. Can you make? Do you have Amazon merch? Can you make a shirt that says that moth look?
That moth look.
Though.
That's super cute. It's very in. You are very
If
stylish.
anybody has questions for Erica about the moth look, please bring us up in chat or just join the that moth look though.
That moth look. I swear you're gonna be seeing it everywhere.
It's like the butterfly effect.
Yes,
But
exactly.
it's the moth effect.
That sale was really, really incredible. And Jacob, did you tell everybody how you bought like a pound of silver?
Wow.
Is it okay if I say that out loud? It's live on the internet.
Yeah. Is it okay that I say that thing that I just said already?
He just walks in. He walks in like bosses it and just like he's like, I'll take. Look, he's showing it right there.
Wow.
Oh my
He
God.
walked in and bought a pound of fucking silver like it was a loaf of bread. I was impressed. I'm a baller. I'm a
Did it cost
baller,
a
and I
loaf of
was
bread?
impressed. It did no. I mean, it doesn't cost that much money, but he just bought it like it was nothing. Like, he didn't even care.
How much did you spend on that?
A little over 400.
Okay.
They're Morgan silver dollars,
Yeah.
various years. 1921 is the last year that they made them, and it's the most heavily produced year. So they had a couple of those at 20, and then they had more desirable years at like 22 and 24 bucks.
Still awesome, man.
So, do you consider that market, or did you buy them below market by some?
It varied, but you can't really get a Morgan for less than 25 right now.
I mean,
But-
it's been that way for a while too. I mean, Morgan dollars seem to be worth $25 all the time, just like regular Morgan dollars.
Yeah.
I mean, I sold some in like 2010, and they were like $25.
Yeah, they started picking up around that time. I started buying them like 2008, 2009 when they were like 13, 14 bucks. And
I
so
prefer this metal though. This one right here. This is just a more desirable metal.
Corey the one-upper.
wait, I got this in the $4 box.
Oh my God, that was a one-upper to one-up.
I think you guys should
That
just
was
keep
so
going.
And this has a pearl on it.
We decided we're just gonna start buying out entire states. It's gonna be like a year.
Yeah.
Then we're just gonna start buying out entire states. I'm just kidding. We didn't decide that. I would never go into business with anybody, especially not Jacob.
Got to make money.
Is it a full-time thing, Jacob, or?
Yes.
He's ignoring you.
He's not paying attention to you. Exactly, so I answered for him. Since this is my show and I have to keep it rolling.
Kayla, would you
One word, so that's all. It's easy.
grab that?
What is that? I can't see the tag. I mean, I see the thing. Is it like Hawaiian, vintage Hawaiian?
Is it Legend of Zelda?
California.
Nino Wong, California.
Not familiar.
Ugly.
It's
But
so,
it's ugly. It's got that like hippie grandma look.
Yeah.
it does. And it's got a skirt to go with it.
It's like grandma who goes to like retreats where she like balances her chakra.
My grandmother
Look what I found.
eats at bistro.
Oh shit!
My grandmother.
Lisa Frank.
Okay, that is my jam.
Stickers.
That's
And they're
legit.
cats too. You like cats, right?
That's my jam. I love Lisa Frank. As a child, I had all of the Lisa Frank
I know.
I want to go back to my childhood bedroom and just sell all of my vintage Lisa Frank shit. Be like,
Erica,
sorry,
are
13-year-old Kayla.
Erica, are you keeping those or are those for sale?
I haven't checked, but I paid like 25 cents for them, so I was just gonna keep them. But if they're worth something,
They're worth something.
They're-
Are they sealed? It looks like it's sealed.
yeah, it's sealed.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
Nas. They're Nas.
Is it funny how
Ridiculous.
this job is like show and tell?
It's
Yeah.
not, wait.
This is what we
Did you
got
say
today.
this job? You don't have a job. That's the point of doing this. That you actually you don't have a job.
I agree.
What
But
about
still,
Everything
like
is your job.
we kind of revert
Right.
back to like childhood things, like show and tell. I wear it
Yes.
on again. I don't know.
Did you get those in that house, or are you just showing me random shit now?
This is from the McClure place, and these were 50 cents each. These
Which one was the McClure one?
that was the one that had all the Barbie stuff and the like.
You didn't code there with me. You went after, yeah.
I went there.
So I told you like the shocking nature of the first guy who walked in and grabbed like 500 Mighty Morphin Power Rangers toys in the box from like the original ones and just put them in a bag and walked out. They were like $4 each. He was the first guy in line. I went up and talked to him for a second. I was like, I think I know this dude. He got like really weird, and he was like, I've been here since a certain time, and it was like 4 in the morning, I believe, or 3 in the morning or something. He got there really early. He was first in line. He just sat there, got in first, ran right to where the toys were. I have no idea. Like, maybe he knew the people were having the sale, or he asked them when they came to open up or something, but he went right to the Power Rangers, stuck them in a bag, walked to the checkout, and walked out the door. He didn't even look at anything else.
Damn.
Seriously, he didn't even look at anything else. So it was very suspicious.
Or anyone else. He was in a trance.
He didn't look at anyone else. No, he didn't look at anyone or
When we were
anything.
there- when we were there, somebody was like, I grew up around the corner and I've been in this house like 100 times. So the people who owned the house had a reputation, I guess. So maybe he knew exactly where they
Hmm.
were.
Those Lisa Frank stickers
There was a-
are on Etsy right now, not sealed, for $28.
Damn!
Holy damn biscuit.
I guess
That's
I
a lot
can't
for
keep
stickers.
them then.
Yes, you can.
I'd listen for 35 and see what happens. That would be
Yeah.
a
I would
nice
listen
little
for
investment.
80 and see what happens.
There is something about it being sealed that just people
Yeah.
get crazy.
Something in the way she's sealed.
Lisa Frank
Attracts
has a
like
huge following right now.
Other stickers.
Don't you hate that about picking though? Is that like the things that I feel like we like accumulate taste, like good taste. So like,
Speak for yourself.
Right?
but I mean, it's like the things that I want to keep for myself. I'm like, I'm gonna go out and buy like a little coin pouch or something like that. So I bought this little Ralph Lauren coin pouch for like 50 cents. I was gonna use it to put my quarters in. It ends up being like a $50 little stupid coin pouch, so I can't keep it for myself, you know?
No, that's
You
totally
can,
true.
though.
That happens
Why-
all the time to me.
Why can't you keep it for yourself?
Because I'm not going to spend $50 for a coin pouch. It's
But
just
you
like
didn't. You're like you're that's like you're being a nit. You're being like you didn't pay $50 for it though. What do you mean? You mean that like not
It's
realizing the
not-
profit? Not
Stop.
realizing the
Cost,
profit.
not
That's not opportunity cost.
But I
though.
could
You're
buy
using-
like a coin pouch for like an actual $1, but like I just like.
But you like this one. I think you need to treat
Exactly.
yourself sometimes.
also paid a fucking dollar. So
You need to treat yourself
I
sometimes.
treat myself sometimes, but like that's not something that I value. Like it's not like I'm gonna show off my little coin pouch. Like I don't care.
I bought a Louis Vuitton wallet one time, and I thought it was fake. So I just used it, and then I figured out that it was real. And like just like you said, like I was like, I'm not gonna. No,
Right.
I'm not gonna keep this in my pocket.
It's just like,
Like I bought like
I just want a pair of Louis Vuitton shoes to say I have a pair of Louis Vuitton shoes.
Show me that. Show me
I would never
that
wear it.
palm. What are you showing me? The palm tree.
so this Sally G is the fashion. It's fashioned by, and this is like a cotton with a knitted or
Is that like a chain
Embroidered.
stitch?
Yeah, it's like loose, yeah.
So it's probably like 1950s.
yeah. I could tell it was just really old.
It's cute.
And
It looks like a
does not
chain
have
stitch because I
stain
can
on it.
see the space between the stitches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa, I can't see any of that
What would you
shit.
sell this for?
I don't know. I mean, the design itself doesn't seem that appealing overall, but the chain stitch and the age of it, makes it more desirable.
What does a chain stitch like signify? Like, is that
Just
like
that it's older. It wasn't done by a machine.
okay? So handmade, or
I guess Sally G did a ton of scarves. Like, I'm looking her up, and she's like, all of her stuff comes up as scarves, like silk scarves.
Sally G.
Not
There's
really
two
finding
types-
much in the way
There's
of
two types of
clothing.
OGs. There's two types of Gs. There's OGs and there's Sally Gs.
Sally G.
The more serious version is obviously Sally Gs.
Obviously.
All of that stuff, I couldn't deal with. I just couldn't deal with it. I'm so glad you picked up some really. The Lacoste is still the thing that strikes me as the most valuable thing in all of that. Because you just never see Lacoste stuff that's that old. You really don't. It's very, very difficult to find. It's very sought after, especially on the Japanese market. So you'll see if you could find a new with tags, the 60s.
Mhm.
You're talking $700 to $800 in a shop in Tokyo.
I have a vintage Lacoste women's dress, and it has a tag on the inside that says it's a salesman sample.
Woo! See, on that stuff though, it doesn't really matter because people aren't.
Yeah,
it's
no,
more
I
about
know.
the style and wearing it every
color.
day. Like people want uniqueness, but just because it's a salesman sample doesn't mean that it wasn't.
Yeah, no, it's just
So-
unique. I just haven't seen anything like it before.
Yeah. On some, like, if you're talking about like Nike shoes, obviously if it was like an experimental sample, or Keds even, like Keds have a crazy following. There were these Keds boxes. I'm surprised you didn't grab those Keds boxes. I left the boxes there because the shoes didn't match what was in the boxes, but like just the boxes can go for 20, 30, 40 bucks. They were like Keds from the 60s in there. I don't know if you saw those. I totally left
No.
them there. Yeah.
But they must have gone.
I got
So there was some perfume that I grabbed at the Family Affair estate sale. And I
okay.
set it in my sold area. And no joke, came back 10 minutes later. The boxes were like shuffled around in my sold box. And someone had jacked the perfume bottles
Unhealthy.
From the
out
box.
of the boxes.
That was me.
But you weren't there.
You don't know.
just-
I put a tracking device in a peanut that I fed you, and now I know where you are.
So you know where I pooped?
It annealed with your DNA, and now you're tracked by my smartphone forever.
That sounds really
I don't
creepy.
care where the peanut is, though. No, I didn't go to the Family Affair sale, but
That's
Listen,
more coin.
perfume. So the least desirable. So all of those perfumes I was talking about, the Gucci, the this, the that, the Todd Oldham perfume. I listed all that perfume today because the lister brought it back to me. The least desirable perfume sold for the highest price first. I have no idea why, because there are other unopened bottles that are half the price, and somebody bought mine instantaneously, and I do not have an answer for that. I don't even know why.
Well, I guess that one's more desirable.
Well, the sales record doesn't show that, and the market doesn't show that. So maybe some of the tools that we think we're using to determine value aren't really true.
Well, I think sometimes you have to like also see how many are listed of that brand comparatively to another brand, how many are listed. So if like one's like less money, but there's less of them listed, then
Yeah.
Not as
Yeah, I mean, the quality of your listing and its relevance also makes a huge amount of difference. So you could use like minimal keywords to find comps, and those comps just never appear to the person who was actually looking for them because they had the wrong keywords, or
right.
they spammed keywords, or they use punctuation in a title, or there's all kinds of stuff that you can do to fuck the algorithm up. They still use Cassiopeia. They still use that crazy algorithm, and you really have to understand how it works. But yeah, I'm sorry somebody grabbed your. Oh, you got that swank? You got that swank on it? You think you're swank?
Oh.
Those are not jade, by the way. You're trying to show me jade? It's
No,
not.
I'm just trying to show you these.
I know. You're trying to pretend that they're jade. Show them your jade tree. Jade tree. Jade tree. Jade tree. So Jake's an asshole. And I was like, Jake, I did this show on jade and collectibles and stuff, and I said the most common place you can find jade, because it was a semi-precious stone in the 50s and 60s, is like attached to stupid souvenirs, like in that region, in that time frame. And he walks in and finds like an ounce of relatively high quality jade. I mean, there's probably an ounce of relatively high quality jade on there. It's got a beautiful color to it. That is all real jade. That's just, it's glued to a bronze tree.
Oh my god, that's so tacky.
Yeah, but who cares? There's like $500 for the jade stuck.
Oh
on
yeah,
it.
it's just unfortunate.
You'll have to use some solvent to get it off of there once we. I'm gonna take him to my gem guy and have him look at it, because you really still have to determine what. I mean, there are fakes and stuff, so you got to determine whether it's real. But if it is real, it seems relatively high quality.
How much would you pay for this, Corey?
The jade, $10.
Cheap
Oh, you want me to buy it from you? I have no idea. The jade it needs to be looked at. It really does.
Okay.
Because the opacity is certainly not perfect, but I don't think that piece is worth anything. I think what's the value of that piece is in the jade.
Yeah.
You know.
And then there's a little pouch of jade that's dangling from it. Just spares, just little extras.
Extras.
Yeah, the little extras, but when I was looking at the extras, they didn't look that good.
No. All right. To the gym guy we go.
Yeah, we're gonna go. You're gonna meet the gym guy. You have to pay a little bit of money. I know that you don't like paying money, but you're gonna have to pay a little money.
Pay money?
Pay a little money. Pay a little money. I'm gonna teach you how to connect with other business people so that you can get things that you want done relatively cheaply.
No. And then I grabbed these little cufflinks.
Oh, I don't know if I saw those. What are those?
These were at the Family Affair. Let's see what it says on
Where was the Family Affair sale? Where was that? Because it's off the website.
935. I'm guessing that's the quality of the silver.
925, you goofhead.
It says, I'm telling you,
No, it doesn't. It says 9.
What happens if it says 935?
It's even better.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Better than 925.
It's actually not better, and there's no 935.
Says you.
The quality is higher.
I am actually saying that. Yes, it would be higher, but it would also not be correct.
Oh.
And it's broken.
But Jacob, did you see what's on my wrist? Did you see what's on my wrist?
Bling bling. Are you gonna keep that?
I can't sell it.
I'll feel better if you keep it.
Why?
Because I gave it to you.
You did not. I bought it, you ass fuck.
I gave it to you for free.
You did not. I did not stick it in my pocket. Also, did you see that instant karma return? Like he gives it to me, and then he walks over to this pile of garbage that people have been digging through for hours and finds a gold ring.
That's true. That did happen.
In a $4 box of crap.
The instant karma.
The chronology of events.
Oh my god.
Right?
Yeah, that did happen.
Yes.
It really happened.
Mm-hmm.
So
and then what I did for Jacob is I actually didn't even look through the garage. I just saved it for him. I just let him pick anything he wanted. I didn't even look at anything.
It was very
because I'm
You're
nice.
so kind.
And this is being a really nice.
Corey, what is this? Is this just plastic?
No, it's not plastic.
What kind of stuff?
It's dyed. It looks like dyed quartz.
Dyed quartz.
That's what it looks like to me.
Um,
Or it could be malachite. Maybe. What is that? What are you holding up?
doesn't look dyed.
Ooh, ooh! It's not jade, man. I'm telling you, it's not. It isn't.
It's not
That
dyed.
ring is sick. Please, like, say something so it gets bigger.
Hello.
Ooh.
Everybody else, shut up so I can see the ring.
It's like some sort of like inlaid stone. Looks like turquoise, onyx, coral, possibly.
Yeah.
All three of those are what that is. It's
Yeah.
onyx, turquoise, and coral, and it looks like it's from the 70s.
Yeah, it has like a bent arrow, and then it's like signed like a sing or ting, or I don't know, something like that on the
That,
back.
how much did you buy that? How much did you buy that for?
$5.
What would you like to? What can I purchase that from you? What would you sell it to me for?
I was thinking in like the hundreds.
Oh fuck! I was gonna give you like $50.
He's not stupid. This isn't an
Yes,
estate
I don't
sale.
sell to the resale.
He's on my show. He must be stupid.
Ouch.
I think you can
Guilt
easily
by
get 110.
association.
You should easily get 90 to 110.
Oh, I think that he's way below that. That ring is worth really good money if you can figure out who made it.
Yeah.
Is it signed? Does
It is
have-
signed. It's like
It's
a sing
Highly,
or something.
highly desirable style.
Then
Highly
you're looking at
desirable
like
style.
140.
Very hard to find.
I mean, we're talking about
More
sold
than that.
price. Actually sold, not
It
has to, here. Let me.
I don't agree with you, but it's just because I don't like you.
I got one other inlaid piece this weekend.
Woo! Is that lapis?
It's either lapis or chrysoprase. It's my guess.
Chrysoprase, yeah.
Chrysoprase.
It's yeah.
This little
Yours
stuff.
isn't as
But it's
cool,
still
dude.
signed though. It's from the 80s.
Jacob, I'm sorry. Neither one of yours is even close to as cool as his. You're a nice guy
Show
and
them again.
everything,
Can
but
you
like
show the fronts again? Oh, I like that. That's really cool.
Will you take me home?
it's enamel though, right? It's enamel. It's not stone.
No, it's stone.
Oh, is it lacquered?
And
It
it
is.
And it is signed on the back here.
Ooh, that's nice. Can I have that for $5?
Yes, you cannot.
These were leftover pieces from that turquoise that he found.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now I don't feel so jealous. I'm gonna take just a slight break, and I'm gonna let you guys talk about stupid crap for a minute, okay? Then I'm gonna come back,
You've been
and
doing
I'm
that
gonna
this
talk.
whole time.
I'm gonna talk about something important, okay? I'll be
Corey's
back
the
in just
only
5
one who
minutes.
has anything important to say.
Of course.
That's why I started a YouTube channel.
All right, I'm gonna play show and tell now. If we can see with my camera,
Yay.
I found 2 of these dresses back to back at the thrift store, and I saw the print and I saw name on the print, and I already knew that. Let's see if I can get it on here. There we go. That meant something good. So I looked at the tag. Let's see. Can we read that?
Yes.
Poochie.
2 Poochie dresses for $6 each at
Damn.
the thrift store. So they're kind of just like cotton shift dresses,
Mm-hmm.
but they're really pretty. So like this is the first one. It's got like a V-neck with a tie at the front. And then the other one, which was right behind it, is actually kind of cooler looking.
Oh yeah.
Super cool print.
Yeah. Kind of art, like painterly.
Very Poochie. I mean, the style is like Poochie. So these are probably $100 to $150 dresses.
Is that how much you're gonna ask?
Probably. They're very small, which, you know, is not always the best when it comes to selling clothing, but with designers, you know, it is what it is.
Right.
I would love it if they were like an 8 or a 10, but I think they're like a 2. Let's see here.
Do you ever run into like, because like sizes of vintage things are so different than sizes now? Do you run into a lot of like returns, or people are like, this isn't a size 6?
I measure everything.
Yeah, we measure things too, but people still are like, not a size. I'm like, well, I put the measurements in it.
My listings actually say item measures or item is tagged vintage size 8. But please see the measurements to ensure a proper fit. So I will tell you what the tag says, but I will also tell you that that is vintage sizing and it doesn't really matter.
Right.
So
okay.
That's cool.
But no, I don't get returns on fit for vintage. Actually, that's like the one thing. I price my vintage in a way that you're not buying it unless you know what you're looking for.
Okay.
I don't really sell a lot of inexpensive vintage. So most people that are dropping $50 to $100 to $200 on a vintage dress know that a size 6 is not a size 6.
Cool.
What is that? What are you doing?
He's got the gloves out.
Are we doing dress up now? Dress
Are we playing dress up?
Because I have some gloves I could put on too.
Yes. Glove off.
Doing
Glove
some
off.
creative dance.
Invicta. Those are cool.
They're very 90s colors.
Yeah, they're ripped.
Wow.
Aw.
Yeah, I didn't notice that initially, but
Those hockey gloves are
they're like old school, like pro skiing gloves.
okay.
Yeah, that came from the sale that this watch came out of, but the watch was much better. What also came out of, I also got this. Well, this came out of Half Price Day.
From an Electra.
Aerobic tees.
Oh shit!
I remember when that came out. Exercising,
Was that on DVD?
quote unquote exercising.
It's like it was $2. So I thought even if I watched it and it aroused me in some fashion, that it would be worth it.
I would actually say if that doesn't arouse you in some fashion,
Something's wrong.
Then I got Dot Mac. It's
Oh!
sealed.
Dot Mac.
Dot Mac 4.0. What the hell is that? I don't even know. It was $1. Nobody even bought it during the first day. It was half price.
I think
It cost $100.
Isn't that like how like the setup of your email and stuff? I think that's what that
It
was.
says publish a website, photocast, back up your files, exchange documents. I don't know. It seems dumb, but it's sealed, so somebody might want it for their dumb collection of crap. I don't know. Somebody's laughing. That was pretty funny.
It's
I'm always laughing, so not that funny.
God damn it. I got a dictaphone.
addictive.
You record yourself and play it back, and you just sound like an asshole. That's what these do. And so basically, everything I say, just I am a walking dictaphone. He makes the best ones of these, but I've never seen a dictaphone one before. So this must be kind of rare because I see a lot of like electronics of that era, and it has a little case to it. Micro cassette recorders are really, 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 really good money. Very high ROI on these things.
So I got something I could use some help on actually.
Okay.
Do
We
it.
got this item right here, and do you guys find stuff that you don't find on the internet?
Yeah.
Yes,
So
Occasionally.
this is one of those
all
items.
the time.
So this
Yes.
is a mug. It says Apple Library, and then it says the answer place. And what's kind of cool is like on the bottom, it's made in West Germany.
Oh, it's
Walker's-
the Walker.
Yeah, Wachtersbach.
80s.
Wachtersbach makes cool stuff.
Yeah.
Some pretty collectible stuff.
So it's like an old
Yeah,
Apple.
it's kind of gone out of favor though. I have some Wachtersbach in my kitchen because it did not sell.
Do you have Apple version?
No, but Apple Library was probably some kind of project that they did. I mean, in Jose, are you? Are you in San Jose?
What's that?
I said, how close to San Jose are you?
Pretty close. Pretty close. I'm about, I don't know, 2 hours. 2 hours away.
Because I would expect something like that to come out of that area if you were like, I don't know.
If you can't find anything, and I can't either, and finding things on the internet is kind of my thing.
Oh yeah, as a reseller, you find things on the internet.
I used to do private detective work. So I'm pretty good at finding things online. But I would definitely think that was like a employee, something made for like a Christmas party or like a, anniversary celebration of a thing. That might be why you're not really finding any.
It seems like an internal experimental business model, Apple Library, to me if I heard that. Like, hey, this is a repository of information that that you can access if you're an Apple member or something, like
yeah,
like early internet, like CompuServe. I don't know.
Because
those are those things that
it is cool.
It's
definitely cool.
Like, I would definitely list that high, like really high, and just like let it sit for a little bit and just see what happens. Like, I bet you get some offers within the first couple of days that'll give you, something to go off of at least.
What would you call high?
What would I call high?
Yeah, like
I would say 250, 300 would be my starting, just to see what happens.
Right.
And I'm assuming you don't have much into it, right?
That was 50 cents.
Yeah. So worst case scenario, it sells instantly and you still made a crazy profit on it, right?
Right.
Yep.
It doesn't have a rainbow logo on it, so it's like, that's kind of a bummer.
Exactly.
The fact that it's a name brand mug has something going for it, though.
It's got like a weird, like spidery.
It looks like marble.
Yeah, marble. Yeah, that's a good term.
It's got the kind of Macintosh thing, like 1994, 95, 96.
And what's the other side say? The answer? Oh, the answer place.
The answer place, yeah.
It's like pre-internet. Think about it. If like, let's say you connected digitally to you connected through the phone lines to a BBS, and it was owned by Apple, and it was called Apple Library, and you could look things up like you looked them up on the internet, but before the internet was popular or accessible.
Something.
You found something. Yes.
It's an old eBay listing, though, and I don't know if I can view it.
The bigger question is, what is Apple Library? That's the first question you answer before you list that thing, because it could be some pilot project. It could be something really peculiar.
I
sold an Apple lunchbox for $250.
It's currently on eBay. It's not the same mug as yours, though.
Oh.
But it does say Apple Library, the answer place, for $22.50. Buy it now.
It's a downer.
That doesn't mean that they have good keywords or anybody knows what it is.
Exactly. I'm just saying I did find one.
You look at that.
Is it the same like by West Germany?
It doesn't have. It doesn't show the bottom of the mug. And
is it sold or is it still for sale?
It's for sale.
Let's buy it. Will you buy it for me? I'll give you a really awesome Christmas present.
They have 14,000 listings, this person.
Damn.
14.
Holy snapperle.
No, that's their feedback. I'm sorry. I was looking at the wrong place. But you must not have looked very hard, because
a private detective?
It's literally called Apple Library Mug, the answer place on eBay. So.
Yeah. Wow. So Death Piles has Death Piles for a reason.
Sorry about your inability to search.
I'm sorry. So we use this thing called the internet to find things that have to do things with things that would sell on the such internets.
I like to call it the answer place.
It's also called Apple Library. Have you heard of it? internet, also known as Apple Library.
And the funny thing is, I think that's the only hit that I get from that verbiage. Is this one eBay listing?
Interesting. Weird.
This is
Very,
what I
very,
love,
very
though. I
peculiar.
love when people give me a crazy, weird item that they're like, I can't find anything about this, and then I find it.
Find it
That's-
right now for me,
that's my
please. I
favorite
just bought
thing.
24 of these. Please find
That's
these.
fine.
What's the name of the label on it, though? What was it?
Yupong. It's Yupong, made in the Dominican Republic, so you should be able to tell like kind of when it was made. Yupong was a Korean hat. They make snapbacks and stuff. These this is the style of hat, so I'm wearing one right now. It has this flip up bill. This Team Nike. They're very sick, man. It fits my head so good, and I have a ridiculous skull, so I just like the hat.
Well, Yupong.
It looks dope.
When I used to work in the printing industry, Yupong is actually, they still make hats.
Absolutely. They make samples for tons of companies.
So I used to buy hats from them for various projects. So it could have been something that was just made, like they went to a printing company and said, we need some Nike hats made like this.
Now, exactly.
And
But that
so the
makes me
printing
wild.
company went in the back room and said, well, we've got 50 of these Yupong hats that we never sold for blah, blah, blah. Let's just print them on that real quick. So it could
that's-
be nothing.
Oh, it's something.
Well, but I mean, it could not necessarily be, it could have been tied to like a company barbecue. You
That's
know?
good. The people I sell this stuff to would love something that was only offered at a company barbecue. In
That's going to be harder to
1989.
pin down, though, is what I mean.
Oh, yeah, I don't even care about that. The question is like approximate value and like, can you find anything else on Team Nike? Because the word team and the word Nike appear in so many, it's such a huge keyword, team,
Yes.
like, you know, Jaguar team Nike jacket, you know, whatever. So like to have it actual, just like official, you know, employee team Nike kind of stuff. Yeah. Who knows?
How many of those hats do you have?
23 since I took one.
Wow. That's great. Quantity is great.
I hate quantity. It makes it less rare.
You're full of it.
Yeah, I know.
Quantity
These
one less thing.
also came out of that same house. These are just ridiculous sick.
Ridiculous.
Look at that. It's the Jordan colorway, Nike Air. They're dad hats, which I don't know if it works to their favor or against their favor. But it's got the,
Dad hats are in.
yeah,
They are.
yeah, new tags.
I don't see anything matching your Team Nike hat, though.
I couldn't find anything either. I looked for 7 years, even though I just bought them a couple of days ago. I've been known to exaggerate. So I think what makes these really awesome is the Jordan colorway. I don't like the dad hat thing, cardboard in them, and I have 10.
All the same.
10. Yeah, they're all the same. You want to see them all?
It's
No,
Yeah.
not if they're all the same. I think we'll pass.
God damn it.
Do you think that like searching stuff on your phone, like on the eBay app, is different than like on the desktop?
It absolutely is.
Because
Yes.
I looked up all the keywords and I didn't find anything on this, and then yeah, you find it super easy.
I do it on both my phone and the
Oh.
computer when I'm dealing with like more high-end stuff, you know?
Right.
The low-end stuff, the stuff that's like, if it's between 40 and 60 bucks and I sell it for 40 and it shows sold for 60, I really don't care.
Right.
You know, it's just not worth the time that goes into making sure the price is exact. But when it comes to things that like you've never seen before,
You want to do
You
your
know.
due diligence.
exactly, like I'm never gonna find these hats again. I can guarantee that.
But this,
you know,
this
so
is
it's like
stupid though. It's like there's only one other thing. So like you put in Apple Library mug.
you can't even find out what Apple Library is. I'm saying that like
I can't even.
we have two similar items, okay?
Right.
I can't find any reference to Team Nike, and Nike is $100 billion company. Apple is what, like a $300 billion company? I don't know. These are huge companies, both
Right.
of them, and they're both weird, obscure items. You know, yours is made by Wachtersbach. But the weird thing about this is like Nike always made their own shit.
Right.
They must have had to make these on the fly to use a Yupong hat.
Dude, every time you show something, I have something that I want to show you. I don't know.
I know.
I'm trying to up you on stuff. It's just like you were.
I definitely this is my show, so I'm trying to up you on everything.
I want to show you a Nike thing too.
Cool. Show me. Like he's got Jordan 1s.
No, they're weird, but I'll show you.
Why don't you sell this stuff? He just shows me the stuff that he keeps.
I have this rare bag of pennies. It's super rare. It's like, look how thick it is.
Pennies.
It's heavy.
Look at all these pennies.
And it's a bag, and
Are
it's
they copper pennies?
The bag looks really rare too.
oh, dude, I think
The
it's
bag
called
is amazing.
Cyplock.
Oh, is that like from the 50s? That
Ziploc.
sounds
I
really.
think it's actually pronounced Ziploc.
Oh, it's French.
Zippy Lou.
Ziploc.
Zippy Lou.
I am your
Funny
friend
story,
Ziploc. This is
so-
when you know.
I didn't
Okay.
find out that he collected pennies until like a year after we started dating. He was just like, yeah, I've kept all my change since I was like 15 or something. I was like, wait, what do you mean you've kept all your change? Like, where is it? And he's like, oh, I have it stored in this like he has them all separated by years, all the pennies. Yes.
I don't know what she's talking
It like it didn't come out until a year after we started
about.
dating. and I think
I ain't got no
he
change.
just has this collection of pennies. Or
So you're crazy, basically.
a
is
little bit.
basically-
Yes.
Dude, I didn't know I was getting involved with such a fucking lunatic. I can't.
Takes
Neither
one to-
did I.
Oh, damn. She
kidding.
just exposed me on the web like that.
I know, you just got popped.
Yeah, I did. Takes one to know one, Corey.
What? A
Okay,
lunatic?
so what's the other find here? We've got Death Files.
This is my
Let's
weird
see.
Nike item. So I got some Air Force Ones.
Yeah, those are
Jack
sick
in
as
the
fuck.
Jack in the Box.
Oh my god.
They got
Those are
Air
the
toe.
sickest shoes I've ever seen in my life.
kind of ridiculous.
What?
Those are so amazing. Holy shit.
Kayla's searching it right
I
now.
am so searching it right now.
Dude, it looks like a hamburger. It's so delicious.
How is there not anything like the first thing I search? How is this not something that
That was for an executive of before the poisonings.
That's what someone told me.
Yeah,
Okay.
The
that
person
was
said that they were given to executives, but I don't know. I can't find
absolutely.
You know,
That's an
how do you
executive
not have
shoe.
these listed?
Dude, you will never get the money that you will get for those, except from like there's one collector who wants those, and he's gonna pay you $4,000 for them.
I guarantee you, there's like 100 people that want those.
They're not gonna pay you what you want for
That's
them.
the mindset.
Dude, that shoe is worth a lot of money. It's gonna take you forever to sell it.
But it's gonna
Just
take you
telling
even longer to sell it if you don't have it listed.
Oh.
Exact- I'm
What's my
done.
name?
I'm
thing?
agreeing with you there.
I'm Death Piles.
Death piles. He's like, I have my death piles include $4,000 shoes, Andy Warhols, and I do have some gold in that death pile too.
Is that a caboodle behind you?
It is.
Caboodle.
Yeah.
Can you show me what a caboodle
Pink
is?
caboodle behind you. I mean, shit, those are worth $25 too.
Oh yeah. Oh, is that little case? Those little cases? Oh yeah. Why, do you have that for sale?
Pink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's not listed either, I'm sure.
It's not.
Is anything behind you listed?
Yeah.
Why do you do this?
Why you do this?
It's
Why
because
do you
I'm
do this?
smog. I'm smog, bitches. I like to sit on my hoard.
Okay, have you shown those shoes off anywhere? Have you like created any hype about those shoes? Have you put those
Those
on
shoes
Instagram or
are-
anything?
Sick as.
I'm not kidding. Those are the coolest thing that anybody has shown tonight.
Yes, absolutely.
far.
By like, yeah, like over and away.
No.
And I cannot find anything like them.
Do they? So does the are the O and the X connected or not connected on the Jack in the Box? Okay.
They're connected.
So that's actually bad for you.
Okay.
So that means it was post poisoning.
Post poisoning.
Dude, you don't know about the E. coli poisonings that almost made Jack in the Box go out of business?
No, yeah, no. Oh, I think I heard about it in the news, like back. Wait, I don't know. I didn't know that it was still like a thing in people's minds.
A 5-year-old girl and a 3-year-old boy. And
Is there like
sicking a bunch of
any
people.
tag on the inside? Is there any info?
Yeah. So
There's
like,
definitely
there's
a
like
tag with the production date
this
and
of a
the
woman. And so
code.
this has the same, like a similar tag.
There's a date on all those Nike shoes, especially Nike Air shoes, have dates.
He's like, I don't want to touch it. Why are you making me
Touch it.
touch it?
It's not foam. They stopped using foam in like 1992 because it just falls apart.
So I just looked up the logo. That connected O and X is from 1986 to 2009.
Yeah, this one
Okay.
came out in 2006.
And then
2000
There you go.
what?
2006, 25/18, 2006.
that's when was the scandal? The poisoning scandal. That was early. That was like in the 90s, right?
Hang out. Sit down.
1993.
Yeah. Interesting.
But they kept that logo from 86 to 09.
Yeah. No, I
They didn't change it until
totally
09.
thought they changed it slightly after that whole thing happened, but maybe they
Doesn't
didn't.
look like it.
Yeah, no, I mean, understanding that logo is understanding like, you know, what like. But I mean, the thing about Nike is they have the date code on there already. So.
Yeah. I'm in awe of those shoes. Like,
I'm totally in awe as like a weird Nike
can't believe you
finder
held
person.
them. Okay, so where's the other thing that you're holding back that's like as cool as that? Because those are super cool.
He's got Van Gogh's ear.
Yeah, those are. Yeah,
The Starry Night. No, I don't know.
he's got Starry Night painted on Van Gogh's ear. Dude, those are amazing. Where'd you get those?
Garage sale.
Shut up.
Ah,
Oh,
yeah, that's
so
the
you
type of
paid
stuff
what?
you find
Like
at garage
not
sales.
much for those?
$5
Actually,
for those.
I paid up for those.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is up?
But did you
Talk.
not find any information about them? Like,
Talk.
were you able to get any info when you bought them?
Let me
No.
grill him on how much you paid for them. How much you paid for them?
I spent $60 on those.
Oh, you said you paid up. I thought you were gonna say you paid like $800.
Yeah, I was about to say 400.
$60 is not paying up for like that. Seems like an amazing deal.
No, that's
Yeah, me too. Me too.
They look unworn.
They look worn
No,
to
I
me.
thought they looked
Oh, they're
worn.
very worn. Yeah,
Yeah,
not
Oh.
at all.
not in a terrible way, but you can see there's some like paint discoloration. Yeah, you can see the backs are pretty worn, but
They just wore that on the carpet of the office and no one vacuumed properly, so they're dirty.
Mhm.
Nobody
So
wore
let's-
those outside.
so where did the CEO of Jack in the Box like?
It wasn't the CEO would never wear those shoes, so it'd be more like the VP of operations, the guy who was like
Somebody
directly
big.
connected to like a bunch of people. It wouldn't be the CEO though. It'd be
Well,
like,
you need to
so,
find
like-
out in 2007 who were some higher ups in the company. And if you find that
I
out,
would
maybe
say, like-
you can narrow it down a little bit.
Call them.
yeah, like American operations or like marketing director or somebody in that, somebody who would wear those shoes around a lot of people every single day.
All right. Yeah.
I am intrigued. I want to follow this
Also,
saga.
they could have been a giveaway. They could have been
Yeah.
some special giveaway.
Yeah,
there's
but
a
you
lot
would
of
have
things
found
they could
something
do.
about that though. You
Not
would
necessarily.
I think you would.
No, there's so it took like 30 years for them to figure out about like Nintendo that game, that Nintendo Championship game that some guy randomly found in a closet in like 1998, and then a couple other copies came out, but like people didn't even know the game existed until 15 years after it did. Anyway, those are sweet. if they were McDonald's, they just wouldn't be as cool. I just think
No, I love that they're slightly off the beaten path.
yeah, and they're like this. They look like candy apples.
Yeah, that clear like red plastic on the toe, super
Yeah,
cool.
dude, that just makes them really, really.
I
really
also
limited.
really want Jack in the Box right now.
They got their late night menus.
Don't.
You know?
Oh my god.
Did those shoes come with like a
Box.
taquito in there? And they came with a taquito on the inside.
Yeah, do they smell like a Jack in the Box?
The jumbo cake.
I hope not. Maybe they just gave those to like GMs. Anyway, so yeah.
Sorry about that. You know,
No way, that's
Sorry,
amazing.
something-
I want you to
He just
do something with like something needs to happen with those shoes, and I want to follow that saga.
all right.
I'm invested.
Hi, Erica.
I'm emotionally invested in the Jack in the Box shoes now.
It's like your half of your face is there. It's really weird.
Mine?
Yeah. Oh, now. Oh, that's weird. Yeah. Now you're full spectrum. The first day of that sale was really, really good, and it looks like you went on the second day. There was still some weird stuff. Definitely some weird stuff. Your man friend there, I totally told him about knives, gave him the opportunity, and he just ignored it. Just ignored it.
Sometimes when he's in buying mode, you cannot.
We didn't even
speak to him.
see each other for an hour. I didn't see him
Really?
for an hour, yeah. We walked in the house, I didn't see him for an hour. And then it's hilarious. I saw the line kind of like starting to like tremble. So I got in it. I was like, I'm not buying anything else, I'm getting in line. And then Jacob was in line for like an hour. How long were you in line, Jacob?
It was like 8-10 minutes.
No, it was not.
Damn long.
It was 40 minutes. You were in line for like 40 minutes. I hope you realize that.
Ridiculous.
It was a very, very long time. Are you listing over there?
Yeah, I'm taking photos.
Good man.
Nice. Do you have a light cube? What are you listing in for the viewers? There's like
have a
one
great
viewer.
I think
backdrop.
You can't see it.
It's so I have like an IKEA table that I mounted to the wall, and then Erica made this lovely draped cloth. that
And
we
it's
had.
black or white either side.
Yeah, so you can like reverse.
Do you think it works better than a light cube? Are you using like LED lights or LCD lights, or what's your
LED
what's your light?
above? No, a
Mhm.
light cube would be a lot better. It could definitely be improved upon for sure.
Amazon Basics Light Cube is as a value for what you get is exceptional. Just
Yeah.
it costs about $140, and they solve your photographing light needs for smaller items. You can fit boom boxes, like even larger boom boxes. Shoes go really well in there. Obviously, like no clothing or anything like that, but all the smalls you buy would be very, very appropriate. And it's free shipping. I hate Amazon, but I'm like plugging Amazon right now because their Light Cube is like, it's the best one out there. Fortunately, it really is. I wish I could clone it. It has to be like really cheap to clone.
My issue is I have a lot of dirty things, and then I just get like the area dirty.
Don't refer to Erica in that fashion. That's so chauvinistic.
Tell us more about the dirty things.
That's why we came
That's
here.
it.
Like, no one came here to hear about shoes. They came to hear about the dirty
Dirty, naughty thing.
the dirty, naughty things. I entered the 10K on the Bays conference call today.
Wow.
It was, I don't know. I think I felt like Yoda a little bit.
How so?
Like I was speaking in reverse. No one understood what I was saying.
Listed higher, you must. Competition.
More listings. More listings. More listings make you must.
Comparables you find.
Cash
Prices
flow.
set.
Cash flow you need. Cash flow you need.
So what happened? Tell us about this conference call.
I don't know. I saw it on the Instagram and I was like, oh, I'll just jump in this conference call. I don't know.
And he was like, "Hey, the salt's back."
I was totally salty. I mean, I can't get rid of it. It's just my salt. I mean, he was nice to me and everything, but I don't know. I'm pretty salty. When people make excuses, I'm just like, those are excuses. Stop.
Give examples. We need examples.
No, I'm not giving you examples.
Oh, don't let us get away with their excuses.
No, but that sounds like blame. I just heard a lot of excuses. That's all.
Oh, was 10K making excuses? Is that what you're saying?
No.
10K makes no excuses. He is a god. You know that.
No, I don't know. I don't actually know what I actually don't know what he does. I've been trying to figure out what he does. He seems to have like valuable insights and he knows how to grow businesses, but I just don't know exactly what he does. I mean, it seems like maybe like growing a following is his business. I'm not really sure. I mean, I don't have anything against that. I just don't know.
Yeah, I'd agree. That sounds about right. But you know what? Everybody makes money in different ways in this business. So
your man friend is like making cows moving in the background.
my man friend? Who's
your
man friend? My man friend.
He's over there like doing stuff.
Sitting at his computer?
You're gonna watch this video later and I won't see it. That's crazy.
I have what?
I like that Jacob's actually working and Erica's having fun and Jacob's working.
I'm also working.
I'm done working.
I'm never done working.
I just I just measured 2 bags of inventory, so
Nice.
I'm now done for the night.
My wife asked me, "Are you done working?" And I'm like,
When?
"How do you not understand what I do? There's no end to working.
Never
Like, it never ends. Like the point of the show is like some level of catharsis where I actually can talk about what I do without actually doing it for a minute. I mean, talking to Jacob will just get boring. So I have to talk to other people too.
Oh, that was a low blow. You were happy with that, weren't you?
I've been saving that for the whole show. Anyway, yeah, I didn't see anything great that came up on estate sales, but Chris mentioned a pretty amazing sale coming up shortly with a lot of electronics.
Oh shit!
So
I will be there.
I'm not gonna tell. Yeah, well, I'm not gonna tell you about it.
Oh.
Ouch.
You don't want this comp? You don't want this competition?
You don't want this comp? I mean, I don't think that I think that we operate in such slightly different ways that we don't even provide each other that much competition. Our crossover is so low, you know.
Too bad.
And your capacity to actually find value when most of the value is like gone to the average buyer, you know, it doesn't seem. I mean, we didn't cross the streams at all.
I wish we had.
I don't know how to take
It's
this.
not in the reselling capacity.
Can I be Egon? You can be Ray Stance.
We can call each other all sorts of names.
I don't know what you're talking. I don't know what you're talking about. Right? You realize we're live on the internet, right?
We're always live on the internet.
I don't have to publish this, but the 6 people who are watching it right now, 7.
No, you do have to publish it because I was just telling Nicole about those shoes.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
So she can see them later.
oh, you'll see them later. You
Well,
know,
so she can. That's why you have to publish it.
I have 2 that I haven't published. But the goal is to publish everything, but I feel like there has to be like some editing to get rid of the non-interesting parts, mostly when I'm talking.
So
Like-
we're gonna break it down to like what, a 7.5-minute show.
Exactly. Like basically when you and Jacob are talking and the other guy, like will just take me out of the whole thing and then it'll be interesting. That's why it's my channel.
You're finally being sensible, and I like that.
I think
Jacob might
I'm
have
gonna
said something.
go watch TV.
Yep.
I am done for the night.
I'm stopping this broadcast. Love you, all of you.
Brutal honesty.
Everybody just stick around for 1 second while I stop it so we can say goodbye to each other. Goodbye to the world. I'm going to bed as
Bye,
well.
internet world.